She you-sized?
Is
Yes.
she's a boxer.
We are live. Say hi, gang.
No.
Hi, gang.
Ow.
Are we ready to start playing this game?
Yeah, let's play some Dungeons and Dragons.
As soon
This
as I
game
get
that
a
we call
PM.
life?
Oh,
Wait, I thought we were supposed to just riff for 3 hours and then go to sleep.
I mean, pretty
That's
much.
what we usually do.
Great.
Hi, Rosie.
I will warn you that there will be 0 dungeons and 0 dragons in this session. Just to.
Fucked up.
What an absolute misnomer.
Does anybody need or want a recap of last session? You graduated. You graduated from the academy.
Do it for the
Misnomer.
stream.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you graduated from the academy.
Congrats, King.
Wow, great recap.
You get to your ship. You visited your ship on the Friday that you graduated, but you actually go report in on Monday, and it is a very busy 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks this ship is getting out to its maiden voyage, and everybody has something to do. Fia and Sezit, you two are working together a lot to make sure the ship is supplied with food and anything you would need for the kitchen. And Sezit, you're also working. Sezit probably works with everybody at this point, just to make sure everybody has the supplies they need for, you have to plan for like 90 days in between ports. And you don't necessarily expect 90 days, but you have to plan for 90 days. Kilzos, I think most of your days are just very long, as you are spent like outside the ship alongside it. You're probably working with Leo a lot, just like making sure every connection and every anchor point is, tightened down and works correctly, because you don't have the repair facilities out in space that you have here. Cassius, for you, it's a lot of training. You probably spend like every day, a few hours at the range, a few hours just like in these, just like a fighting ring type thing, just fighting with other training personnel and other security personnel, just to make sure like you are ready to go. Alia, I think you don't have a whole lot to do compared to most people, especially being
doing a whole lot anyways.
especially being an officer. You have a little bit of research to do, but for the most part, there's not a whole lot expected of you. I mean, would you have helped people with other various jobs? There's definitely
I could always use help in the kitchen.
I think Alia would have supervised a lot of these by just kind of floating around people and just being like, wow, like that's a really good job. Like,
okay.
Good work.
Alia, you are they're doing like the big food stores load, and you see one guy and he's carrying like one box, and then you float on past him, and then you see Fia with her barbarian strength carrying like 7 boxes on top of her, stacked higher than this guy carrying his one box.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining just this guy's going past, is struggling, then suddenly just a pillar of boxes just go past them. You can see Fia underneath them.
It looks like Death Stranding.
I'll float back over to that one guy and just be like, do you like need a little bit of like help? I can like grab that for you.
No, I'm okay. I'm doing all right here. This guy is.
Put your
also...
back into it.
Yeah, I'm. Listen,
My
not all of us.
grandmother lives more than you.
Not all of us are as strong as you. What's this guy's name? Tell me about this guy who we just invented.
This is Hans.
You don't have to...
This is Hans.
Hans. Okay.
Shall he lay on Hans?
What's his? Yeah, how about that? He's a paladin. He is a What race is Hans?
Hans is.
Hold on, I got something for this.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna spitball off the top of my head.
I mean, that's the best part, is just spitballing.
He's a minotaur.
Yes.
He's a Minotaur paladin named Hans.
He's very weak.
This is apparently very weak. Yeah.
Very weak.
Yeah, so he's a rogue. He's not a paladin.
Yeah.
And like this
He
one.
could be a dex paladin.
He could be a weak paladin, yeah.
Yeah, he is not a cook. He is he works in logistics with Sezit. Which says that I feel like you're the only human, the only like not weird person in that entire division at this point. Because your officer is a kobold and the other guy in there is a minotaur. And then
telepathically talks to them, giving notes while I'm writing down other notes. While I have a mechanical arm that writes down a second pair of notes.
But yeah, and then as Hans is going up the ramp, he does bump his horns into the ship. He's like, "God damn it, I'm not used to this yet."
Just like, duck your head.
I pop my head from over the ship and go, "Hey, be careful down there."
Just fucking not hit your head, idiot. Have you tried that?
Have you ever tried not being told? Have you tried that?
Don't be mean to Hans. He's doing his like best.
He does not look pleased right now. He looks like he is being tormented by you guys. And then
to help.
Well, he feels like a sense like it is a sense of like obligation from you, like as an officer and as the priest you like have to be nice to him. So that is the feeling that he is putting off, like she's only being nice because she has to be. Everybody's just kind of treating me like shit.
No,
Michael, this feels like the specific kind of shade that you can only get from being in the military.
Yeah.
So what else are you guys doing for these next 2 weeks until the ship goes out to space?
I feel like Leo's working overtime getting the ship ready to go.
Yeah,
I think I'm basically I feel probably for 2 weeks while the ship's getting ready, I'm not really on the same schedule as everybody else. Like everybody else is working, but I'm literally almost 24/7 working with Gray, just like getting the ship ready to go.
I'm just feeding you energy drinks at this point.
Horrifying.
I am also on the 24/7 shift, but mechanically I am.
Yeah, I like start drinking coffee with Says It for the first time, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's something else in this. I should not be this awake.
True to life.
It's okay. If you start hearing the whispering, just ignore it.
I'm gonna get coffee from the break room from now on, but thanks.
True to life, Leo is the engineering in general is the busiest division while you guys are prepping to get out to sea because you have so much to deal with. You have so many things that you own in the engineering spaces. You also have time off. You have weekends probably. You have time to see your families and stuff. Does anybody go and visit your family? You expect to be out to space for, years. You're expecting like a 2-year-long deployment.
I think I would definitely go home and visit family before I left. And just otherwise, when I'm not visiting family, I think trying to make myself look busy, I think Alia just goes around and watches everybody else do stuff. Like, I imagine she visits Cassius on like the shooting range and just kind of floats behind him. It's just like, wow, you got it. Nice. Very constructive criticism.
Cassius, roll me a perception check. I don't know why I rolled a D100. I was not supposed to do that. Is somebody else logged in as the DM?
I think I am currently. Oops.
Okay. Okay, Cassius. With that, roll me an attack roll at disadvantage.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, actually, not that bad.
I mean, a 9 is still pretty bad. As Alia floats up behind you, you cannot hear her walking in the sand.
Oh, bless.
And she floats up behind you, and so when she says hi, you are immediately startled and end up like shooting a bird out of the sky.
Oh,
whoa!
God.
Wow, that was like really impressive. Good shooting.
Totally meant for that one.
Who's going to be shooting any birds? Make sure they don't land in the paperwork. I have to re-sign all these documents now that it's good and stuff.
And then
Lieutenant Sharp, I also have lunch.
It's got a beak, it's got blood, ain't it? Just sign the shit with the bird.
You had lunch yesterday. Why do you need lunch today too?
This is for you, Lieutenant.
what'd you bring Lieutenant Sharp for lunch?
The bird that splattered all over my paperwork.
He throws it on the floor and just like gets on all fours and eats it off the floor like an animal. Like and then like 5 minutes later he hawks up the bones, and I feel like that's kind of normal at this point for Lieutenant Sharp.
Who is this?
That's a supply. He's a kobold named Lieutenant Sharp.
Oh, lovely.
He is my boss.
He is. Yes.
I love him.
Take care of that, and I will ritually cast Unseen Servant and have him dispose of the remains of lunch. And as it's going back to now having to redo some paperwork.
You see Lieutenant Sharp try to chase the Unseen Servant.
One thing I want to do in our downtime is pick up a like a normal ukulele, not like the standard issue Space Core like white plastic one that doesn't really make any noise.
There are no standard issue ukuleles in the Pioneers, just so you know.
No, there definitely are, and I'm avoiding them.
Okay.
So I need to smuggle a real ukulele onto the ship.
You don't have to smuggle it; you can just bring one on board.
I definitely pretend like I'm smuggling it.
Roll me.
I like
No.
one of the other security officers.
Roll me a sleight of hand. I'm doing inventory, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Says it needs to know how much is on board because that's a weight thing. That's a weight issue. Says it. I feel like you probably definitely know. What's your passive is probably above 10, right?
Dude, I'm rolling so poorly on this character and like everything. It's really incredible.
Who just over the intercom? We have an unregistered ukulele. Whoever this is, if they could stop by logistics, I need you to declare it. And...
The ship is over by exactly 0.4 ounces.
Now, goddamn,
Leo pipes up from like the engine room. He's like, "The engines are calibrated for the exact weight. You fucking idiot! Get that thing off!"
Now, what the hell's the problem?
You couldn't even bring on extra eyelashes because of this, and you can bring on a ukulele.
Everything must be recorded. We need to make sure there's no, stolen property. Last thing I want is a head of security having things stolen and not being able to report it.
But like,
and also it is a weight issue, and I do believe the reactors almost went critical, but I think that was mainly because the boy may have accidentally left his phone charger on overnight.
Just so you know, when they say the reactors are critical, that means it's just like powered on and working fine.
Yes.
They will say that, and people who don't know are like freaking out because like, oh my god, it's critical.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, this means it works.
Yeah, Alia's like, oh fuck.
It says it's just reading off the paperwork. Like no emotional context. It is a term on there. There is off and critical. And it just goes
critical, never in doubt.
As for Fia, she keeps on bringing ingredients, putting in the proper paperwork for it, but like keeps on insisting that all these weird foods are 100% necessary for our trip. Like 100%, they have to come.
So tell me, Fia, why do we need 3 kilos of dwarf hearts again? And the proper cryostasis for them. These do take up much more than the normal.
Dwarf hearts do. Dwarf hearts do.
Alrighty, it is noted.
Sharp is Fia's boss as well. He is the supply officer. He is in charge of both Fia and Says It.
Oh god.
He does not submit the recipe cards, though. They don't usually take his recipes because oftentimes it's like a raw mouse or something.
I mean, he can submit the recipes all he wants.
Yeah, I would say there is the actual menu on the mess hall, and then there's the secret menu if you know the right code words.
Please don't feed me this garbage. Anybody doing anything else in the next 2 weeks, or is you did not have a lot of time to meet the captain or anybody else? It is Usually you would, but because it's so busy, you just have not been able to. She's been in meetings and briefings every day, and it's just you've like seen her in passing, but you have not met the captain or anybody else in the crew.
Has so was Gray like a mentor? Like, was he my supervisor throughout the academy, or is like
No.
this my first time meeting him as well?
Your first time meeting him here is on the ship. He is the chief engineer on the ship. He is in charge of engineering division, and he is in charge of the entire engineering space.
Okay, so when I first start, I would have introduced myself to him and been like, hey, old timer, they're letting you on this rust bucket? Are they afraid that you're gonna get a heart attack or something?
He blows smoke from his cigar right into your face as soon as you say that.
Yeah, it's you know, that tracks. I think we'll get along, you and me. What do you need me to do first?
He points to two other engineers, and they are just kind of looks like they're doing some maintenance on just like a big pump, just like one of like a hydraulics pump. And he just points to them without saying anything, blows another puff of smoke into your face, and then walks away.
Then after about like probably 3 or 4 days of working my ass off for him and hopefully doing good work, I am going to approach him again and just be like, hey, old man, I got a bit of a favor to ask. It's not
Gray.
necessarily, yeah,
Hey, Gray.
sure, whatever. I'll call you Gray if you know, help me out with something.
Gray.
All right, Gray. Uh, anyways, I have a little request.
He stares at you.
I
Like he has not broken eye contact since you started talking to him.
there's a bit of a project that I've been working on. It's not necessarily, necessary for the mission, but maybe you could take a look at it, see if you think it could be useful, and maybe we can make some extra room in cargo hold somewhere for it.
Again, unbreaking eye contact.
I will.
Roll me an insight check.
I'm not very good at those. Oh.
Yeah.
Gray looks like he does not have time for your bullshit right now. I would say the vibe you're getting from him is not now, but maybe talk to me later about it. Is the best vibe you can get with that, with a pretty good insight check.
Decent vibe check.
Yeah, a
Fair
decent
enough.
vibe check. He is giving you this look of, we still have so much to do, but maybe in like a week when we're out of space, you can, we can
Fair enough.
talk about this again.
All right, I'll just get back to work then. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna at
he-
some
he-
point towards the end of the ship maintenance, I am gonna approach him about bringing Ford on board.
Okay. While you're saying that, he does point to the other engineers who are working on just another piece of equipment. They have just like a big pile of tools and like
Not very
procedures
talkative,
and
eh?
maintenance sheets and stuff. And he again blows a puff of smoke in your face.
Yeah, that's actually gonna kill you.
But we're gonna cut forward to it is the day before you go out, and you just finished you're honestly one of your shorter days. And you were just basically wrapping everything up. And he's like, all right, you guys did good. Let's go grab dinner on board and take the rest of the night off. And while you're all sitting at the table eating your dinner, then he's like, well, Leo, what was you want to talk about?
Yeah. So like I was saying a bit earlier, I don't know if there's enough room for it. We can definitely try and account some inventory space for him. He's a bit big, but it's a project I've been working on since I was little. I like I said, I kind of can't really explain it. I kind of gotta show you.
He gives you the look again. That look. The
Uh,
look
I'll,
that you know.
yeah. I'll go get him. You don't have to get up. And I'll go collect Ford from whatever kind of like storage unit that I have him basically parked in that I've been working on him while I was in the academy. And I'm sure there's some kind of like lift trolley thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we use for carrying heavy stuff, and I'll wheel Ford around to the ship and just kind of try and get Gray to come look at him outside.
Fia, you notice in the actual eating area that somebody is smoking in your cafeteria, which you do know is against the rules, even for Chief Engineer Gray, who does have permission to smoke pretty much anywhere. He is definitely not allowed to smoke in the cafeteria. So do you say anything, Tim? You also know that he is an old curmudgeon-y man.
Excuse me, sir. You can't smoke here.
He gives you
Go smoke outside.
He gives you quote unquote the look, and then he puts out his cigarettes, or he puts out his cigar into his mashed potatoes, but continues to eat around it.
Thank you.
God, man.
Lieutenant Sharp, you finishing that?
Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to check. I feel like Alia probably like postponed it because I think even though she was assigned to be like one of the lead crew members, she probably hasn't talked to any of the people she's manning until like 2 days before the ship is about to leave. So I guess would she be able, maybe even after dinner, would she be able to go and find I think G is the name of the other Triton on ship?
Jay, but yes,
Jay,
but
okay.
we were going to finish up the Leo and Gray thing. So Leo, you do return. You see Fia walking back into the galley. You see the cigar sticking out of the mashed potatoes, and what are you just showing it off?
Yeah, I mean, I'll show him Ford. I'll just kind of wheel Ford in. He's 7.5, little over 7.5 foot tall, just like hulking, just bent together and just like bolted together. You can tell like the central parts are a little bit older, where like there's finer work towards like the end joints in the hands, which are actually more articulate than you'd think. But it's like this just very hulking, mismatched pile of junk that has these two hulking like pauldrons that stick up over its head, and then like its head is just this very small TV screen that just has two dots and a smiley face, just like burned into the screen. And it doesn't look like he's working right now, but it's just like kind of sitting there deactivated on the trolley. And I've been working on him for a while. My sister kind of left him to me. I haven't been able to figure out how to turn him on though, and I was hoping maybe in space I could find an answer that we haven't found down here.
So you want to keep your art project on this ship?
I mean,
You want to keep your statue that you made?
it's a lot more. It's a lot more than a statue to me, and you know, I think if I get it to work, then someday it could be really useful.
How much does this thing weigh? What size is it? Is it large, I guess, or medium?
I believe it is medium. Let me look.
I think
up.
it's probably roughly 2 tons because it's a big fucking robot.
Yeah. Artificer.
Killzos drops his fork, looks up, squints, and goes, "Metal Gear."
Says it just telepathically. It survived.
But like how?
just sitting in the logistics bay. Bit of great disturbance in the references.
Leo, roll me an intelligence persuasion check.
Cool. Yeah, let me just find. Sorry, I need to find the artificer. D&D Beyond is hard to navigate sometimes. Battlesmith.
Your mother's an artificer.
Steel
Oh,
Defender
shit.
is a medium construct.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it probably weighs about 2 tons.
That's fair.
Yeah, so intelligence
persuasion.
Yep.
So just a raw intelligence check.
As you are basically showing off your artificer abilities to persuade
Nice.
him. Yeah, that's pretty good. He says, "All right, go to the logistics office, grab me one of the supply requisition sheets, and stick this in the engineering space somewhere where it fits. Make sure it's strapped down. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and maybe put a tarp over it or something."
Yeah, thanks. You got it.
Once you're done storing
I
it,
actually really appreciate this. Great, sir. And I give him
What-
a salute.
If you salute me again, I will cut your hand off.
Exactly the way I like to hear it.
Once
Just
you
kind of scurry off to do what he said.
once you come back, he hands you the requisition sheet, which says it is stored as as a secondary arcane pump, is what he wrote on it, weighing 2 tons, and stored in the engineering space. He says, turn this into supply, and tell him it's a spare pump we brought on board just in case our normal one breaks.
We'll go take the requisition form down to supply.
Why aren't you there already? All right.
Yes, young Leo. What paperwork do we have to add to the stack today?
We got an extra pump. Weighs about 2 tons. We needed to throw it into a little extra engineering space. Here's the requisition form. Gray already signed it.
Says it.
Currently, it reads 2 kilos.
That's what I meant.
Says it. Do you have Eyes of the Runekeeper?
I do not yet. I took Aspect of the Moon and Book of Ancient Secrets so far.
You are very glad he explained it, because Gray's handwriting is not very good, and it's probably very hard to pick all of that out.
All right. So you say it's 2 tons. Okay, hold on. I'll do something.
No,
Convert
kilos,
tons to kilos is all the paper's in metric.
Gray uses stone.
God.
Oh, this is
fuck.
from Chief Grady. Oh, okay. So he said just pull out a pocket calculator. He's converting between different things. I'll fill it out properly. I'll just make notations on what each of these runes means. He wrote down.
Glyph of warding on some paperwork.
Yeah, you get used to it. You can start reading it eventually.
Oh, you should see the things Lieutenant Chop. He signed things with a pile of bones once.
All right,
see the paper.
Fia, while you're washing the dishes, you do notice a big burned spot in the mashed potatoes where he clearly pulled his cigar out to continue smoking it after his meal.
Doom music starts playing.
Mortal
All right,
all
so
the
I
lights
immediately
cut out.
labeled it as his plate. Like I turn it around, I write down his name on the plate. This is his plate now.
So good.
No one
Your
else
death
is allowed
note.
to use it. Only him.
Amazing.
That's so good.
Yeah, there's
And
kind
when
of
I
a,
eject him into the
terrifying.
vacuum of space, I shall hang his plate up on the wall with the rest.
yeah, these are plastic plates, and there is just a kind of a melted spot in the middle where he stuck his cigar a little too deep into it.
Oh my
Again,
god.
And then you notice there's like 4 or 5 more plates that are just like this.
Theo will
Those are
remember
all
this.
his plates. These are the only plates he's allowed to use. He's not allowed to use any of our other, like, anything else. This is just his.
It's kind of fucked on soup night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
No good.
Oh,
He's
there's
gonna have
don't
to
worry.
take,
Now,
like, a
now
little
there's
bit
a
at
small
time.
now there's a small divot where the melted plastic is.
Oh no, there's some bowls. There's some bowls with his cigar burned in it as well. He smokes a lot of cigars. You don't know where he keeps them. They're also listed as spare pumps and spare parts.
Very
Alia,
heavy.
how about just like after a meal one day, you return to the temple and to the medical area, and you see Corman Jay. Just he looks like he's studying. He looks like he is nervous, and he sees you, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just studying, ma'am."
Oh hey, like, cool. I guess. Why are you studying?
Oh, we got a lot to do when we're out, and I got to make sure I'm up to date on all the training, on all the medical training and stuff. I wouldn't want something to happen, somebody get hurt, ma'am.
I mean, does like
I didn't mean for him to sound like
anybody-
Morty, by the way.
That's fine. I love him as Morty.
Oh, jeez,
Honestly.
Elliot.
Just the self-confidence in that department.
Oh jeez, oh yeah.
Oh,
But
jeez.
like, do you need to study? Is anybody gonna get hurt? We're just like going off for the first time, right?
Oh, jeez. I really hope nobody gets hurt.
I don't think anybody will.
Oh,
What are you studying specifically,
Just
like, though?
confidently.
I might be able to like help.
Oh, just basic medical triage. What do you know about it?
When someone's bleeding, you usually gotta like put a bandage on it. It
He
usually
he immediately
helps.
writes that down. He's like, oh yeah, stop the bleeding. I think I read that somewhere.
Like usually if someone is like really sick, you want to make sure you like turn them over on their side so they don't like choke.
Okay. So stop the bleeding and no choking. Oh man, ma'am,
Yeah.
you're really smart.
Thank you. I've been going to school and I'm really excited that I'm in this position and like we'll be working together, you know?
Oh yeah. I just hope nothing happens and nobody gets hurt.
Nah, no one will get hurt. I'm like pretty sure. Yeah,
Says
I'm
it
like
says
pretty
it knocks on the door. I have
Hi.
I have some of your medical requisition forms. I also have the FIA file for when those incidents happened. Most of them are pre-filled out.
Oh, good. You know that
I
I
mean,
don't. like
Fia
filling
only
those out.
causes like certain types of damage, so like that helps.
Again, it's like I said.
You got
the
your
only
stack
two,
of bites, you got your
Now
stack
that
of
you've-
kicks.
Jay, like
bones.
I've told you, the biggest things you need to worry about is choking and like bleeding, and those are the only things that FIA really causes. So like that's the only real threat that we're gonna encounter.
There's also the rabies shots you need to worry about.
Oh
We are
god, I
going
forgot
off
the
on it.
rabies shots, and he immediately grabs into like the bottom of a locker nearby and pulls like a half open cardboard box full of needles and just like runs out. Like, I forgot to give people their rabies shots, and he like throws one towards you. Administer it yourself.
Oh God.
I
Right in the
will.
butt.
I will look down at the syringe and look up. It says it, and I'm like, all right, you ready for your shot?
You know which arm to put it in, right?
Do you give Sezit a rabies shot?
Bro, rabies shots go in your
Alia-
butt.
Do they?
Yeah.
Where?
It depends on which shot you get.
Definitely
Where-
the butt.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
The emergency
like,
dose goes in your
I have
ass.
rabies one goes in your butt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the vaccination goes in the arm.
Yeah,
the rabies
yeah, okay.
cure.
No,
Oh shit, oh fuck. I need to get this into as much blood as possible goes in the ass.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a medicine
as-
check to give
yeah,
Sezit a
as
rabies.
as it asks which arm, I kind of look at him for a second. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Okay, it was a joke.
Oof. It takes her a minute to find the vein, says it, and it does not feel good.
It says it just. Well, luckily I can telepathically talk instead of talking to gritted teeth. As you just hear that in your head.
Telepathically scream.
I know, it's fine. I like
In your
totally
head, they
got
can
it.
hear you scream.
I totally got it. That's like good, right? That might be actually like the first or second time I've ever done this. I'm really excited.
Well, I'm glad, and here is the rest of your paperwork. As far as inventory, do mark off the rabies shots you forgot to administer.
Right. I mean, Jay is on top of that, so
You see him
I'll
running
have
by
him-
again. Just yelling somebody's name. He's yelling,
I just imagine just him with a blowgun at this point.
No, he just
God.
has like a box in one.
Fia? Trying to give her a shot.
Again, like if she chokes you, like roll on your side.
Jacques, if you got to you have her in her fight or flight instinct right now. I do believe she's gone into the vents. You do have dark vision, right? Because she's about to kill the lights in the corridor.
Oh God.
Yeah, Jay's got like all the paperwork and stuff handled. I'm like pretty sure.
Oh fuck the paperwork, and he runs back in and grabs a stack of papers that was like beneath the box, and then runs back out. Did you
Alia
get a
just
shot?
gives him a thumbs up.
He looks like he's had a long couple days.
He's doing such like a good job. Is he the only other person in medical religious or?
He is not I guess he's a paladin, so he's sort of religious.
Yeah.
He is the only other corpsman though.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, when he will be working night shift, and then if an
Mhm.
emergency happens, you'll both wake up. Generally speaking,
Okay.
there's
cool.
there's not a lot of space for people on board, so you take what you can
Yeah.
get.
I was gonna say the church doesn't necessarily need more than probably 2 people.
Well, he is not part
He's
of
not
the
he's not
church.
right.
He is just
Yeah,
he
he's
is
just a medic.
specifically he is specifically a medic.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Anyways,
That's good.
here is the paperwork for my shot. Have a good rest of the evening. Make sure he
Let me
doesn't
know
die
if
of a
you need another one, okay? Because I think you might need 1 more, maybe 2 more. Honestly, I need to check my paperwork. And you see her like walk over to her desk, and it is like coated in just random paper scattered across the desk. Like there's paperwork from like the weapons division for some reason on her desk, and there's also like paperwork from like engineering, and it's all just combined together on top of the desk in a flurry.
just says it just in his calm deposed meaning. You can just see this little twitch in his eye. Right,
I'm
then
gonna
I'm going to go back to supply and storage. If you ever need me, you know where to find me at all times of the day and night.
I'm gonna grab another beer, and then the ship will take off.
Crazy.
I love how we have our gremlin cook just cause panic attacks to NPCs. I am waiting for like the Mandalorian episode when Fea gets trapped on the prison ship. And she becomes the monster that everyone's running away from.
You're not locked in here with me. I'm locked in here with you. Wait, other way around. I'm not locked in here with you.
I'm in a target-rich environment.
I'm also gonna get a drink.
Whoops.
Killzos is just frantically pacing around the ship, making sure everything's working okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're like every piece of like safety equipment on board, like every like fire extinguisher and everything like that belongs to you. So you've got a lot to like deal with at this point.
Also, at some point, probably towards the end, I'll go find Alia, and I'll kind of walk into your office or whatever it is and be like, "Hey, Alia, I know you got your robes that you like, but you know, some of the engineers were showing me a couple new tricks while we were working together, and you know, this one's for let's just say to help you remember stuff a little bit and keep you focused sometimes. Um, you mind if I give your uniform a little upgrade?" Oh, she's getting a drink.
I take her silence as a yes.
Yeah.
We do not do that around here.
Oh, there she is.
Hey,
Hello.
I heard you looking for an upgrade to your robes. Well, listen to this.
Oh,
It's me, your
What?
cousin,
yeah,
your cousin Marvin.
I went to go find Alia and I was just like, "Hey,
Okay.
you know, some of the engineers were showing me some new tricks. I thought this might help you with your focus and remembering things sometimes. It's it's just a little upgrade to your robes. Just a little like reminder spot kind of thing."
Okay, like the boots are like what you did to my shoes was like super cool, and like you've noticed the entire time you've been talking with her, you haven't seen her feet at all, and you just see her dress like slowly shifting across the ground, and she hasn't tripped once, which she normally does,
Oh,
on
that's
her
awesome.
long dress.
I'm really glad that those are working out for you. Here, let me just this won't take a second. And I'll go up to Alia's robes and I'll just kind of up along the inseam, like right here, kind of around the collarbone. There's just like a little, it's like a clip thing that goes right into the edge. And it has like this internal chip that really lightly monitors brain function and just like kind of
It's a
vitals.
flat line. It's a flat line.
Yeah, and just like vitals, and then it can track when you're attempting to focus and you lose focus on something. There's like a little like pinch, just a tiny little pinch as like the robes contract on this like metal clip, just like a tiny little pinch and like kind of brings you back. And I'll use
Perpetually pinching her.
I will go
know.
ahead and give you that infusion, the mind sharpener.
Thank you.
Hmm.
You know, I didn't expect this to be like quite as painful. Like, does it always pinch me, or like?
It doesn't. I don't think it does. There's some tinkering you got to do with it. You got to get used to it a little bit. You technically have to attune with it now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have time to attune to it before the ship goes out to space.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these encounters and stuff are going to be days apart. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's like kind of just always pinching me. It's kind of like weird. You know, I was actually thinking like maybe later we could go get some ice cream, but then like I also thought, and as she's like finishing that, you see her like kind of scrunch her neck up. And she's like, "Oh, ow. Okay, maybe later."
You know,
Thank you, like though.
I hope you don't feel like I was trying to like comment anything on you. You're like, I love your personality already. I mean, you were
So
my closest
much.
friend throughout the academy. You helped me get through a lot, and you know, I just know that we're going into space, and stakes are really high, and you know, I'm just worried for all of us. So I thought, you know, giving you a little edge, the shoes, the robes, think of it as a little bit of a thank you for being there when uh my 18th birthday rolled around.
Yeah, of course. Like I know it's like kind of rough, and you know, if you have anybody around, I'm glad I can at least like give you, some support.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciated that.
Even though this thing keeps pinching my neck
Yeah,
a lot.
Leo gets real awkward when he's like being like deep, and he just kind of blushes a little bit and kind of looks down and just kind of like I'm glad you like it. I really need to get back to work, and he just kind of bustles out of the room.
Ow. Bye.
And now the ship gets underway. It's not super ceremonious. There's you'd think it would be, but yeah, it just goes. It's kind of early in the morning. Again, a very long day, and we're gonna cut forward a few days. It's early. It's probably about 4 o'clock in the morning. Leo, you are on night shift, so you're on the second shift, so you are asleep right now. But somebody comes to your bunk, and you recognize him as Dex. He is a dwarf who is in your division. You don't know a whole lot about him. Probably haven't had a whole lot of conversations with him. You just know that everybody calls him Dex. He's like, Leo, there's a fire in engineering. Come on, get up. You gotta get this fire. You gotta put out
What?
this fire, Leo.
There's a fire? What the fuck? Yeah, I bolt out of bed, just kind of trying to like pull on my shoes and start running towards engineering.
All right, give me a athletics, dexterity or strength as you try to run towards engineering, and then I just need well, actually, I need a flat d20 roll first of all. Okay. Yeah. As you step out of the door, you notice that somebody is like washing the floor just aft of the door you walked out of. So I need a athletics, dexterity, or strength. Dexterity or strength athletics check to basically try and avoid this guy as you are trying to run towards engineering.
Flat dexterity check for me. Oh my god.
Yeah, you are able to nimbly like leap over this guy who looks up at you. He looks like he is not even
What the
phased by what.
fuck?
Um,
There's
and
a fire. There's a fire.
um,
Go
as,
raise the alarm.
as soon as you say this,
Running
Dex
towards-
stops you and he's like, Intervention. There's no real fire. It's just a training." And he looks at you as you are you still running back there?
Can I make an insight check on when he's like, it's just a training?
Yeah, you could roll insight.
Bam.
It looks like he was sent there to get you for a training exercise because it is not a full actual fire. He just wants to train how fast you can run back there and help put out this fire. You actually see just like a training supervisor card in his hand, like he is writing down everything you're doing and stuff.
Oh well. I hope I pass.
Did you stop running to say that?
Well, when you told me that it was just a drill, yeah, I stopped.
No, I didn't tell you. I told the guy cleaning on the floor that it's just a. Get to
Oh.
the fucking engineering and put out the fire, dumbass.
Oh, yeah, go. I'm going. Keep running towards engineering. My clothes are now fully on.
Yeah. And as you get to the door, you see Grady, and he has a fire extinguisher in his hand, and he is standing next to like a bundle of Christmas lights on the ground, and he's saying whoosh, whoosh, putting out the fire. And as soon as you walk in, he hands you the fire extinguisher, and then he pulls out a stopwatch and he's like, 2.5 minutes. We could have all died. I hope you're happy. We'll get you up again in a couple days. Don't worry.
That was fucked, man. Like ugh.
Why was it
All right.
fucked?
No, you're right. I
As he-
understand. If there was an emergency, I need to be quicker, okay?
Hey,
Fuck.
fire is extremely dangerous on this ship. As he's lighting a cigar with a little lighter.
Yeah, you're a fucking hypocrite. Look at yourself. Yeah, I'm going back to sleep.
And as you walk out of engineering, you pass by Fia and Cassius, who are both sparring in the corner in like a kind of, it is a supervised sparring. Is just like some training exercises.
Very
You
bad.
One
you
of us
entered
is
like right
wearing more
here.
padding than the other because
I feel like it's
someone bites.
less sparring and more you just punching the bullets out of the air. Because I don't spar. And
No, Cassius, you would be expected to do some like sparring.
oh,
as-
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
imagining
rough.
Cassius with like the police dog training, just bite glove.
Down, boy.
Yeah, you definitely have bite bracers on.
Fucking a bite glove and a baton instead of the rapier. Like,
Yeah, you have a light baton that can be used as a finesse weapon. And Fia, you think you just have a very heavy baton which can be used as a regular weapon.
Fia just has a broom handle she found. She wasn't a part of this training exercise
Oh,
originally.
I wasn't
Fia
ready for splinters.
Fia heard fighting in the back and just ran up to join in.
Oh my god.
Now you, I can tell you've been training that jaw strength. That's gonna leave a bruise tomorrow.
And then
Doing death rolls.
Master Sergeant Tajamaru is there, and he's like, "Huh, Fia, that is very unorthodox, the way you're attacking him. But I'm a big supporter of it. I fear for anybody who comes to attack us. I fear for their safety almost. If we were to send you, how would you feel about being part of security division if we come under attack?"
Horrified.
I think that's a
Says
yes.
it walking past. I see she's been training with Lieutenant Sharp again. Goes back to his notes.
He starts like writing your name down as like a letter of recommendation for you to be a part of security division.
Oh my god.
And then we cut to Grady did not let you go to bed, Leo. He told you to go back with Frigga Thunderwolf. She is a storm sorcerer. She is the electrician. He told you to go help her. They are testing the emergency power to the radar. He's like, nope, don't go back to bed. Go help Frigga with testing emergency power to the radar.
Fuck you, old man. And I walk off to do what he said.
But now we cut to Alia, who is just wrapping up. You were just wrapping up a sermon that is for the Twilight clerics. So you probably felt a little bit closer to this. What do you talk about in this sermon, in this service?
I think since this is her first one, I think she's definitely feeling a little bit nervous. But I think as she starts kind of talking about it, she starts. I think she, even though she knows that multiple gods are worshipped as a part of the Twilight Domain, she kind of harkens back to Seiloon, and as she's kind of giving her sermon, she kind of alludes to, like even though the night and darkness can be totally scary and you can't really see through it, sometimes you just gotta trust in what the goddess has in store for us, and she'll give you the light to see through whatever darkness there is. It's comforting too. I think ultimately Alia is just kind of reiterating kind of Seiloon's abilities to cut through the darkness in a different kind of way.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh.
Okay.
In character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In character. So then roll me performance wisdom. Or wisdom performance.
Okay. It's the same thing, just
Yeah, it's your first service. You are nervous and it is
very
awkward.
nervous.
I think most people understand this and aren't expecting something super fancy. I think most people are just are relatively satisfied. But as they leave, you notice that you had a special guest. You had the captain. She was sitting in the back. She kind of like slipped in maybe about like 5-10 minutes after it started, and that's why you didn't notice her. If you had rolled a good perception check and noticed her, I would have made you do the performance at disadvantage, because it's probably super nerve-wracking to have the captain in there. And
Oh yeah. I think
after
as soon as oh, go ahead.
No, go on. You talk.
I was gonna say, I think as soon as I notice her, I think I definitely freeze up because I know that she went to the same like temple as me, right?
Your parents, like once you told your
Okay.
parents who the captain was, they're like, "Oh, we know her."
Yeah, I think that makes me extra nervous, and I kind of like shift my gaze away from her, but kind of look back with a forced smile and just say, "Oh, like, hey, how I didn't
It's
expect you to come for the later sermon,
it's
Captain Flint. How are you doing?"
so this is at the end of the service, and you are
Mhm.
like finishing up talking to some people who are like, "Oh, thanks for the service. That was really really insightful." And she is kind of waiting in the back for you to be like no longer bothered by the other people there. And then she
Yeah.
walks up and she's like, Alia, welcome, or sorry, Priest Nashira, welcome to the ship. That was a wonderful service you gave.
Thanks, I appreciate it. It's one of the first ones I've given by myself, kind of in this way.
Well,
Back at home, I didn't really give a lot of the solo sermons.
oh, I don't think I ever saw you giving a sermon. But it must have been after I'd already left the area. I guess I only knew you a little kid.
Yeah, that's true. What made you stop by today? I thought that it might be a little bit busy at this time for you to stop in.
Hey, always busy, but my meeting ended, and figured I'd show up here and just kind of see how it's going. I try to make the twilight services just to, you know, keep myself devout, keep myself honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important. Gotta stay with it for sure. Um, yeah, how are things kind of going? I guess running the ship so far, it definitely seems crazy.
While you are saying this, the lights flicker, and Leo, um, you hear this incredibly angered yell from fuck, what was her name? From Frigga Thunderwolf, as she starts walking from engineering to med bay. She is being led by Dex. I think Leo, roll me a perception check.
A perception check, you say?
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm rolling good tonight. It's
You
gonna be real bad later.
you watched her, like it looked like she like dropped a wrench or something while she was doing some work on testing emergency power to the radar, and she reached down to grab it, and like that was when she yelled, when she like reached between some like pipes and equipment, and she is being led to the med bay by Dex.
Hey, let me
And
take a look at that.
no, I am fine. There's no Dex. I'll be okay.
Yeah,
And
I got something for that. I'll walk up to her and I'll like pull out of like a
um
little pouch on my
Dex is already leading her out. He's already leading her to medical.
I was just
The,
gonna
the,
cast Cure Wounds.
they would not allow you to just like cure wound somebody on the ship. This just needs to be done by medical personnel.
Okay, fair enough.
But as she is walking, she's like, yeah, I know where medical. It's just a little injury on my arm. And while Alia, while you're talking to the captain, she is being led in, and the captain kind of steps back and gives you guys some space. She's like, Frigga's like, well, Doc, all right, tell me the truth. How long do I have left to live?
Well, I'll
Do you
take
want
a
to
look
give
at
a
the. Yeah,
yeah?
I'll take a look at the injury.
Give me a medicine check.
I think feeling the pressure of the captain in front of me, can I guidance myself as I do this?
Sure, definitely.
A medicine. Okay, I probably didn't need it.
Nice.
Very, very nervously, just like, yeah, I'll look at it.
You
That
see,
mind sharpener is really working.
so Frigga Thunderwolf is she is a half orc. You see a large, probably about like 8-inch long burn up her left arm. For the most part, it looks like 1st or 2nd degree with like a tiny bit of 3rd degree in the center. That well, what's the word, Doc?
Well,
Do I get to go home? Should we emergency pull in somewhere and send me home?
I don't think that'll be super necessary, but like I can take a look at that. You might need to rest for a bit. This looks kind of nasty. What were you doing when this happened?
I dropped my wrench and I reached for my wrench and I poked the wrong equipment and I got a little burned. Can I just get back to work so I can go to bed? Can you give me a healing word or something, Doc, so I can go back to bed?
Yeah, I can. I'll actually pull out my I'll pull out my healer kit. I'll pull out my med kit and
Okay.
Just administer like a salve.
Yeah. I mean, she probably took equivalent to like 3 hit points worth of damage. It is all in all a very minor wound, but it is the procedure for them to come to you when somebody is injured. So
She gets back more. She gets back 9 hit points, and she gets additional hit points equal to the max number of hit die.
yeah, so she is fine. You apply this, probably some sort of magical salve that
Yeah.
heals it up for the most part. It leaves like not even much of a scar.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
she just
be the 3rd degree part that scars.
Yeah, the 3rd degree part scars. And she just kind of looks at you just like impatiently, very like sarcastically, like
go ahead, just be a little bit like more careful, because like that was pretty bad, and I don't want you to like open up your wound again, especially because we kind of need you to be healthy.
should you do you need to saw it off, Doc?
No, not like yet, but if you do that again and don't like rest up, then probably.
Okay, Doc. I'm going to go do my work, and then I'm going to rest up after I finish my work, because I'm not going to be able to rest until my job is done. And then she just kind of storms out of the medical bay. And the captain looks. The captain gives you just like a chuckle. It's like, well, they won't all be super cooperative if you can't tell, but you handled that well there, priest. So I mean that's your job, right? To keep the pioneers healthy and happy on this ship, and you did it.
Yeah, I definitely I can do that. Yeah, it's been more injuries than like I kind of expected there would be on a ship that isn't like going necessarily or stopping anywhere, but like thankfully it's just been stuff like that or less, so a little bit better.
Hey, don't forget. Speaking of stopping somewhere, don't forget we got an away party briefing in the briefing room in about an hour. And then Hans the Minotaur walks in with a bruise on his head. He's like, Doc, I did it again.
You gotta you do like realize that like you can bend down, right?
He as a Minotaur, he does walk with a hunch too. So, but yeah. And then we cut probably a few minutes in the past to Kilzas. You are doing your first spacewalk or swim, I guess, for Kilzas. You are out there basically on the receiving end of testing the emergency power to the radar. What do you usually bring on your spacewalks? Grady goes to hand you like a space helmet.
No.
I don't know if this will fit over your ears.
I don't need it.
Well, we're still gonna tie you off, right?
Probably don't need that either.
No, we're still gonna tie you off.
All right.
Do you reject being tied off?
No, I'll take it.
Okay.
That sounds so sexual, Michael.
Are you rejecting me? It puts a tie on you.
You are out. So what do you bring? What do you bring outside the ship with you when you go for a spacewalk? You have a few like pieces of equipment that you would need for testing the radar. You have like basically a little like a multimeter. I would say is probably the closest equivalent to what you have.
Definitely that adorned dagger that I have. That's kind of like a good luck charm and just in case of emergency kind of thing. That's basically the clothes that I wear every day. That's basically it.
Okay. You go through the airlock. It is it's kind of right there, kind of near where the escape pods are, and you are out there. You have this multimeter hooked up to the radar, and then you feel a large jolt of electricity as something shorted out. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ready.
Uh-oh.
First player death. Let's go.
God.
You are fucking fine. Like you feel this like jolt of energy through you as you're holding onto the side of the ship. And like the multimeter just goes off the charts. It shows some insanely high number and then just shuts off. And on the other side of the airlock, you see Grady poking his head like through the little porthole, like with a thumbs up, like you okay out there? All right. And then he shows the helmet again.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go try to follow the short to see what's shorted.
Okay, yeah. Roll me. Do you have proficiency with like any sort of tools?
Land vehicles.
Okay, that ain't it.
Relevant in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not super useful here. So roll me just a straight investigation check then.
Oh boy.
You cannot tell. Looking at this, you know you were sent out here because you can breathe and swim, and they showed you like on a piece of paper, like plug it into here, and just write down what it says. And you probably wrote down pretty well. And then you get a message on you have like a little communicator from Grady, like, all right, come back in. It's shorted out somewhere.
I swim back in.
And
I'm on the other end of that, right? Like on the power source end?
Yes, yeah. That was it. Basically the short happened when Frigga when
Can
she
I
stuck her arm
go
down there and clear and like basically completed the circuit and shocked herself.
Can I go inspect it and try and fix that?
Outside or inside?
Inside. Where
was
Frigga where she shorted it.
Sure.
Right there.
Roll me with your tinkerer's tools or whatever we called them.
As I'm walking back in, I pass Leo and throw the multimeter and I fuck something up. You might want to fix it. And just keep walking.
He's like already sleep deprived, having been woken up. Just like rubbing my and I'll go over to where Freya was like touched the radiator or whatever it was. And
it was basically a receiver for an electrical receiver.
Yeah, my other infusion that I'm giving to myself, my armor of tools, activates, and you see I put in a different pin code on my like little wrist thing than I do for my slingshot. And instead of my slingshot popping out, there's like these 8 jointed thin metal things that jut out of my wrist. They're like 8 metallic spider legs, and they can spin around my wrist thing with
Cassius died.
360-degree, like they can spin around and then they can come together and form into like either like a screwdriver head or a drill bit. Like they're very malleable as these like 8 things can move together, or they can just act as like additional like fingers almost, as they like can get in there and like move smaller little parts as they like kind of move around my hand. And I just get in there and they're like
Oh,
uh
that's fancy. Can it
yeah.
also unzip your pants?
I mean technically, yeah.
You man, you know all about sarcasm, don't you, kid?
Not really.
Looks like you also don't know too much about electrical engineering either.
That's why I'm a mechanical engineer.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know why it stopped working. You know what happened, but you're not really able to figure out, like, you can't really fix it or anything, not with your...
As I like can't do it immediately, I'll just start casting mending on it.
Okay. And around that time is when Frigga walks back in, and she's like, Stop it. I will fix it. I broke it. I'll fix it."
Oh,
And
you're
she kind
back
of just...
already. All right, yeah, do your shit.
Yeah,
I need to get back to my work.
it's amazing what Doc can do. She patched me up, thought she was gonna have to put me under or something.
You thought she was gonna have to kill you for that burn? Oh god.
We
Yeah,
can
okay.
Leo, we can
What do you
only
want,
hope.
Frigga? Oh, you're one of those. Okay, yeah.
All sorcerers are just like this. They wish for death.
Sweet release.
And then we
I mean,
fast
in
forward.
Huga's case, you know, she wouldn't want to
Exactly.
die
Yeah.
She did
unless
though.
it was by
Ed.
her senpai's hand. Then yes.
Also,
Huga
it's
and
quite
Ed.
a few sorcerers and none of them want to die. Babs loves life. Karen is
Ludmilla?
also a sorcerer.
I mean, terrified in general, but Ludmilla is optimistic.
That's true. We
Yes.
have two spectrums.
Because
And
she
then
knows what waits for her on the other side.
We cut forward a few hours to the briefing, the away team's briefing.
Is the wait, can you answer one question for has the ship been traveling? Did we break
Yes.
orbit and we began like
Yes.
in like did we break orbit and then begin in orbit, or break the atmosphere and then begin orbit? Or are we floating in the middle of space? Are we moving?
You are floating in the middle of space right now.
Okay.
You slowed down a bit to do that maintenance because they're not gonna put Kill's ass out there, while you're doing fucking light speed or anything. But
Do we
generally
have
you've
light
been...
speed capabilities?
You got
should...
magic shit, man.
Yeah, this is magic.
If we have a fucking Metal Gear, I'm sure we have light speed.
I want to know how fast can this ship move? What's top speed?
Pretty fucking. That's the top speed. There's slow, there's medium, there's fast, and there's pretty fucking
It's just
fast.
that
All the
gradual
way
lever,
down.
like from
Yeah.
Spaceballs. They've gone plaid.
Goes pretty to
I-
pretty fucking.
Yeah. I don't know the speed because I don't know how space travel works anyways, so I could not even begin to explain to you how
And that
fast it goes.
was my next question. Is this just like hyper acceleration past the speed of
Oh,
light, or are we
boy.
doing like a gravity well type thing? Like, I need to
So
know
you're in the
what
briefing room.
is like.
There's fucking magic here, okay?
Yeah, it's fucking magic speed. That's how fast
Ship
you're going.
casts gate very frequently.
You're in the briefing room. It is just in like the aft end of the comms room, or the comms area, and you are in there with the captain, Captain Dara Flint, and with Master Sergeant Tajamaru.
Hey, Elliot, you bring any of them crackers?
Hey,
Is it the
no eating during the
crackers?
briefs, please. No
Just-
eating during the briefs. The
You got
briefing
any
room
with
is a clean room. Cassius,
Hmm?
no eating during the briefs.
Oh, come
you-
on.
you got-
We wouldn't like
but-
do that in front of you. And Alia puts her arm around Cassius and with one hand stuffs a cracker into his mouth.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
It's not the worst.
Master Sergeant Tajimaru clicks the next button on the PowerPoint, and like rule number 1, no eating in the briefing room. And he points to it and he just glares at you guys.
I give him a thumbs up.
You got it, sir.
I lean over to Cassius and say, I do like have more though. Like I have like some of the communion wafers.
Yeah. I love those little things. Thank you.
Yeah, community wafers are so delicious. They're such a yummy snack.
It's just all butter.
Listen, the way Faya makes them, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's
That's
all
fair.
it is all sugar and calories.
That's why we have so many people show up at church. It's because we have
the communion is just
yeah,
dealt
real
out
fine wine.
liberally.
Yeah, it's real fine wine and like really well made like communion wafers.
Just fucking
Fia is in-
communion tapas.
Fia is in the kitchen making the wine herself with her feet.
Yes,
Oh,
it's so
God.
good.
Beet wine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. You were saying.
It's Master Sergeant.
Right.
You know this. I've explained this to you many times.
Yep. I'd just go with sir.
And the captain speaks up, and she's like, "All right, away team. In a couple days, we're going to be making our first landing, our first port visit. We are kind of cheating with this one, as this is it's called the settlement of Erat.
I believe it's a rot.
Erat or Erat, either way you want to pronounce it.
Oh my god.
So if you anybody can roll me a history check. Everybody's in the briefing room right now. You are all the away team. So anybody
Without
can
a
roll me
history check, can I just insight that it's a bad idea to go in there?
Check proficiency in history.
Hey,
For exactly
the
this
shit roll.
reason.
Oh,
Oof. Alia, what's your? Oh, she's gone. Leo and Cassius, you know that Arat was it was actually a wizard at the academy many, like hundreds of years ago. He was trying to, and Ollie, you've probably heard the story too. He was trying to just like master teleportation, and he ended up basically sending an entire wing of the school to another dimension, to another plane of existence. And so this Erat, which is Latin for error, is basically it was founded as a mistake where a wizard teleported and could not teleport back. So it's cheating because this was originally part of the academy and is now just somewhere else. And you're like, oh, that's why part of the academy had like a little bit nicer paint and like the brick was a little bit different.
It was
At
that
least you
those
didn't
options for
teleport one of
electives on the other
the
campus. Good thing I didn't
teacher's
want to come here.
dogs. At least he didn't do that.
Oh, there was animals and stuff teleported. There was like entire dorms teleported and stuff. He like I said, he teleported like an entire wing of the school to this other plane of existence, and that is where we're going next, or the first place we're stopping.
Man, why are we bothering stopping at Erat?
Because it's easy. I mean, we are sent out here to explore, and they have not had any real consistent and definitely not any physical communication with us in hundreds of years. So we figured we'd stop here and kind of see how they're doing.
there's
How do we know that they're there?
Oh, we've had inconsistent communication. We've been able to send messages and things like that. We just haven't been able to actually visit them or get anything really visual.
All right. Well, seems as good a first stop as any to me.
And you were saying that the last communication was hundreds of years ago?
No, the last communication was, I mean, right before we left.
Oh.
They teleported away from the academy hundreds of years ago, but we've, like I said, we've been able to send messages back and forth, and yeah, we aren't going to bring them any supplies. As far as we know, they've established a whole I don't want to say colony, but a whole settlement on this new plane of existence without us there.
So will we just not? Are we not just traveling through space? Is the whole we're just jumping through planes this whole trip?
Space and planes.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I recommend
It's-
we go armed?
Tired of these motherfucking space on my motherfucking planes.
I mean, we'll always go armed. That's why the away team is. That's why you guys are who you are. But
Oh.
I don't.
Oh,
Maybe you
We'll
should be like,
we'll go armed.
Listen,
Yeah,
I think
or-
you missed the memo there. We're supposed to be
Yeah.
armed.
no, like it's fine. Like don't listen to them. Says it like you have an arm still.
I think
I-
yours is
oh, I
vastly
was-
superior. Actually, I would.
I was mainly going with weapon wise. Yes.
Oh, I didn't
Sa-
get
says
the
it.
joke.
I was
Yeah.
Don't
watching.
worry, I'll fight enough for both of us.
Says it. I saw the recordings of your combat qualification. You were, even if you only have one arm, and even if you were carrying weapons, certainly one of the, you were so incredibly deadly.
Oh, I
You
think.
don't
Hey, that boy's got 2 good arms. What are you talking about?
you don't need to have weapons or two actual arms to be dangerous and well equipped.
He is armed and dangerous.
He is armed and dangerous. I agree.
Sorry, I've just been I haven't slept in 418 hours. I've just been doing all the paperwork again. I think that's up to the cracks with the memos.
Can I get
All
some
right.
of that
I will
coffee?
go make sure I get some my rapier.
Maybe like you should stop by the med bay later. That sounds a little long, but I'm not an expert at that.
I can
Yeah,
I
I
can
got-
make you something to help you fall asleep. I made
I'm
sure to
quite
pack
fine.
plenty of
30
chamomile.
cc's of chamomile just injected straight into your.
I'll set up a syringe and we can like get this working.
I don't know how you do it. I got woken up a little early today, and I'm half falling asleep right now.
Dark Lord Brew.
Yeah, that,
Sa-
that shit was weird.
Says it. Lieutenant Sharp, he is currently approving a list of supplies we would like for you to try to acquire, and I have my own tasking, which is for you to get a little bit of sleep before we land in a couple days, if at all possible. 400 something hours does not seem super safe.
Don't worry, I'm as awake and alert. It's just, normally when we were saying we're going to go visit a wing of the academy, I thought it was going to be, more classrooms and stuff, not an away team thing. Okay, I'm on the same page now.
Cassius, Fia, and Alia, I would like to receive a safety report from you folks about religions on the planet or on this plane of existence in the planet, and how dangerous you deem it to be. I personally don't expect a whole lot, just because, like I said, it is a settlement that comes from our own academy. But I would still like to hear what you folks have to put out. Kilzas, I need you to make sure that all the safety equipment is ready for our landing. We are going to be actually landing the ship this time. We're not going to be doing any drop pods or anything. And make sure the skiff is squared away for when we're not going to be able to land in the actual settlement itself. We're going to land a few miles out and take the skiff into town. And Leo, would you mind working with Kilzas to make sure the skiff is ready, and make sure you have some tools and stuff in case that breaks down or whatever.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, last time we heard from the folks down in the they were doing all okay.
Yep, seemed like they were doing all right. We obviously it's been a couple hundred years, so nobody at the academy who was there when it happened is still there. But yeah, it seems like they've built themselves a nice little town around it and harvested what they could.
What have they said about the dangers on the dimension?
Well, that's
What
what you got to
plane?
look. That I don't know for sure. That's what you got to look up. We have
Wait, I thought we were on a plane. Are we not on a plane?
What do we
Well,
need to
we're on a
recover
ship.
from this place? We just are
Right.
finding out what
you're
they
just
are up to.
seeing how they're doing. You're just exploring. This isn't a recovery mission. This isn't a combat mission. You're just visiting these people that used to be part of the academy and just seeing how they're doing. We are emissaries. We are explorers. We're not going everywhere just to kill people. I know Mike is running the session, but he's not gonna, he doesn't have to throw combat and murder into every session.
It's Mike.
Liar.
Well, he's incredibly handsome.
Never heard of him.
I bet he's a huge daddy too.
He's a huge daddy. He's my daddy, and he's my daddy too.
Because that's you.
Horrible.
And she does point to like just probably like 3 or 4 just big books and dossiers on the location, the plane and planet known as Urat. So this is a planet on another plane of existence, basically.
Basically, it's a parallel prime material plane to ours.
Yeah. Basically, it is another prime material plane that is on it, or a parallel prime. Yeah, you know what I mean. All right, relax. Come on.
So I have for my
Think of the
notes.
plane's like a
Well,
giant
With
sand.
all due respect, ma'am, your mother is a prime material plane.
Hey,
For my notes, I
And
have the
just
settlement
straight
of
out the
Iraq,
airlock.
which was a
Cassius is
part of
dead.
the
Let's
academy.
roll a new character.
Pack it up.
It was
boys.
part of the academy. It was a wizard spell gone wrong. It transported part of the academy to another planet and plane of existence, and we hear from them sometimes. And all we need to do is go in there and see how they're doing.
yeah,
That is
I mean,
everything in my notes.
Cool.
yeah, you are not sent there to like fight things and kill things. You are literally, you guys are literally just explorers, like in Star Trek.
Yeah,
And you're
totally.
just
No, I get it.
poking
I
your
just
heads in to
wanted
see
to
how it goes.
summarize it to make sure that I have notes.
And the
Correct.
safety report ready to go.
Okay.
Already, I had to add in that last part. We're not supposed to kill all of them.
Killsauce slowly puts his rifle down.
you're like still a couple days out. You don't need your rifle right now. Hey,
It's
Killsauce,
good to always be prepared.
why are you carrying that rifle around the ship?
I never leave anywhere without it.
And I don't leave anywhere without my axe.
Oh my
Snacks.
god! How? What?
She gets
Where
it.
did you keep that, Fia?
I have a lot of hair. You just kind of.
Makes a button with it.
Yeah, I love that.
I love
actually.
that. Oh my god. Just a full fucking battle axe strung up like
That's so good.
I'm
That's
just
pretty
imagining just a hairnet just being made out of steel wire as well.
It's a +1 hairnet.
Mhm.
Yep, that's my other infusion. Just kidding. I don't know.
So Fia, Cassius, and Alia, can you give me a group? I think group investigation as you're pouring through these books and dossiers to
Right,
find out.
Literally giving it to maybe the dumbest group on the ship. I think
Is
Cassius
there-
is the
that's,
smartest.
now that's a guarantee.
Is there any way that I can help? Because I
No.
know that they're bad.
Nope.
at
That
this.
That
You
was
have
a
your own
good
tasking and you are
roll.
busy.
Oh, no.
Now,
I'm rolling
Yeah.
so in character tonight.
Okay.
is there a wizard on board?
Yes.
Of,
Yes, actually, he
of
is
5th level or higher.
yes, he is Lieutenant Elmer McCoy Tinker's Mark McCoy. He is related to Braxton.
My boy.
My boy, my
I think
darling
like
boy.
you're like he's like the great grandson of Braxton.
Our
he is-
darling boy.
He is a gnomish war
beautiful-
wizard,
Our
and he is
beautiful boy is so smart.
and he is the weapons officer on board. So he is Killzos's officer, basically his boss.
I'm gonna swing by his office there.
Yes. What is it?
Now, Mr. Elmer, I was hoping I might convince you to do a little messaging with the base to tell me a little bit more about these reports on Iraq. We didn't take a whole lot of information with us, and I was hoping I just might convince you to kind of contact someone at base and give me the spark notes.
You have a stack of books that is literally taller than this fucking wizard.
Right, but I'm
Taller
hoping
than
to use
Fia
charisma to get around my
well.
fucking stupid ass inability to read. So I'm
Roll me
trying to convince this man.
There's like way too many
Read
books.
for me.
Yeah,
Roll
can
me
you like read for us?
roll me a persuasion check.
You ever
Nice.
heard of an audio book?
Cassius, roll me a persuasion check.
Working on it. Brutal. Fucking brutal.
Damn.
I am incredibly busy right now, as he has like a small whiteboard next to him where he is like figuring out the trajectory of every single weapon on board and like how he could shoot down an enemy ship or enemy combatant in any area.
Well, hey, I mean, shit. While you're at it, and I'll lay my iron on the table.
No, this is for
thanks
big
for your
guns,
help.
not small guns like that.
Well, all right, geez. I'm just like,
It's not the size
I
of
mean,
the gun.
all right.
Cassius, did you find any notes? Because the books look really big, and
No, I
I
got
don't
nothing.
feel like reading.
I think we're gonna have to read. Look,
Okay.
I'll give it my best shot at least.
I don't like doing that though.
I mean, Fia did really well. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the average is 16 plus 16, 32 divided by 3, what, like 10 something? A little under 10.
It's slightly over 10.
Yeah.
These books are too big.
Alia, you're actually reading like the religion. You were specific about the religion, and there's not a whole lot is known. It seems like they just brought whatever religions the people worshipped at the academy with them,
Mhm.
and probably a
I
lot
feel
of
like the only reason Fia actually did well is because she's used to reading cookbooks.
yeah.
Is the only reason.
It seems like a lot of stuff has just been brought from the academy, and seems like they haven't really changed a whole lot as far as their culture. It also seems everything you can read tells you that it is a very safe place. Like there's not like, enemies attacking. There's not like aliens or anything attacking. It's just a small microcosm basically on this planet, on this other plane of existence.
See, you say that, but your mic.
I
So
was gonna say,
Is Mike what?
and
Yeah,
that's
oh, I
when
thought-
Geth arrived.
While we're looking at all the books and shit,
Rip and
I
tear.
actually I want to do a little bit of cursory research on like sentient objects and like the deep ones. Just see if there's maybe a slightly more historical fiction Lovecraft on board.
Hello.
I feel like Cezit has his own library, so I'm gonna let you and Cezit hash this out while I use the bathroom again.
Great.
Yeah, ditto.
Fia would also have at least something from one of her brothers of the Eldridge.
Yeah, then I think Fia and Cezit both go, or Fia and Cassius both go to Cezit.
Says that I'm looking for maybe a little light reading. Eldritch deities for dummies.
Yes, I think I have that. No, don't want to give you that one. You won't sleep for days. Here we go. And it is quite literally. It's. Well,
Is it written by Virkum? Is it one of his picture
what languages
books?
do you speak?
I speak Common and Infernal.
All right, let me make sure. That's range self, so never mind. You don't understand what it is. It says it assures you it's Eldritch entities for dummies.
Great.
Yes, this is just one of those light readers I give folks, whenever they're asking about my book and whatnot. It's written in deep speech, which is kind of not useful for most folks. It's yes.
All right, you got a translation book to go with that?
No.
Great.
Good talk.
Guess I'll do my best then.
It has good pictures.
Oh, all right.
It does have good pictures.
It just opens it, hair shocked white. And you wanted something, Fia?
No, I was saying that Fia would have at least some background knowing some Eldritch deities because of her siblings.
Call it a passing interest.
Well,
Oh,
don't do anything stupid.
What language is that in? I'll peek
When,
over my shoulder.
Japanese.
This is in God damn it. Opens the book. Oh my what? Oh shit.
It's manga.
This here's in what'd you say says it deep speech?
Yes, the deepest of speeches.
Oh, I can like read that.
I can too.
You want me to like help you?
You wanna read it to me?
Killzos, you are not there, by the way.
Fuck.
I can put a
I can,
soundtrack
like-
to it.
I like the sound of that actually. We can do like a study group.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Were you able to like finish your report? Cause I have like nothing. So I think
Wait,
I'll be
what?
okay though.
What report?
This happening, he says in his office, is that just in there?
I feel like Fia is the only one reading right now.
Yeah.
Fia,
Both
Fia's
Will
just
and
sitting there
Cassius
in
are
the
being
kitchen,
entirely
just
honest. What fucking
on
report?
her stomach, just reading, just flipping through just all these things.
And
There's
like
somebody-
as she's cooking meals, she'll have it like propped up and she'll be reading, stirring something, turn the page.
The like combat report. I think you needed that, but I don't really know a whole lot about that.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to put that together when we land, right?
I thought we needed to have it like sooner, but like I just
Yeah.
can't find anything about any religions. Like
You need
there.
that before you land, basically.
Oh.
You need that like tonight or tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Are
Well,
we pulling an all-nighter, it sounds?
Look, actually, I have an idea. If you can like help me write my report, I'll read you that book to you.
I'll tell you what. You both get your reports done on time. I'll read your book while I'm also doing my report.
No, I don't want to do my report though.
now, all right. Between three of us, we only have to turn in one goddamn report. I'll fucking get started, and y'all can shut up. Jesus. And I'll
Thank
start reading.
you.
Says it will get out his midnight brew.
God.
And
Yeah, I mean, reading, so.
yeah, and says it will have his arm be doing the report, and then he will be telepathically reading the Eldritch deities for dummies to Cassius.
Just dictating it straight into his brain. Still not translated. It's just like in his head.
Alia's just gonna grab one of the books she's supposed to be reading and put a magazine in it and read something completely different.
Cassius, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
God.
I could read you directly from my tome if you want.
I don't want to do that.
Oh,
You start to get a headache, and your ear starts to bleed a little bit as says it is reading this to you, and you do not want him to continue reading this to you.
All right. Scissor, why don't we call it there? We'll pick this up tomorrow. I don't think I can handle it anymore.
Oh, sorry, that's right.
Yeah, is it Cassius or Cassius?
Cassius.
Yeah.
Cassius, you want to go to sleep. You do not feel good at all.
I'm gonna hammer out this report, but I really don't fucking want to.
you're doing so good though. Like it looks great.
I don't remember asking.
I think with this this combined effort, you are able to get up this report. Yeah, sort of.
Hold on.
Oh,
Holy shit.
I feel like Alia is just annoying everybody so fucking much that only Cassius can get work done.
Alia with or Cassius with a natural 1. Sorry, says it with a natural 1 still rolled higher than Alia.
I know.
I'm really biased.
Incredible.
How? He has intelligence. Like, come on.
Love it.
She used up all the charges on the mind sharpener.
It was a long day. I had to do my job.
So
Imagine having to do your job.
and we cut to Killzos and what's his face? Leo. And you are I feel like Killzos probably just has like a checklist for the skiff of all of the different, like make sure every like bolt is tightened down to a certain pounds per inch and stuff, pounds per
Yeah, and I'll walk along with Killzos and I'll
yeah.
have the measurement, the tools to measure all the
You're
the pressure per square inch and
you're
whatnot.
you are definitely like looking more at the mechanical aspect. So I think both of you roll me investigation checks.
2.
Oh Lord.
Lots of intelligence checks today, and none of them are very good.
None of them are very
I just rolled a
intelligent.
21.
Hey.
Crazy.
It was a DC 22. Sorry. Leo, you notice that this skiff has not been used in a while. For whatever reason, it has not been maintained, and you notice that it looks like the actual just like power supply to it looks pretty worn out. This might survive like 1 or 2 more trips around, any sort of substantial use, but it looks like it's not going to hold up. It's like the alternator basically.
I'll point this out to Killzos and be like, I don't know how this passed inspection when we started out, but this thing needs to be replaced ASAP. That's in an emergency situation, this thing ain't gonna last too long.
Oh.
Killzos, for you are mostly focused on like anchor points and handholds and the basically the various safety equipment and making sure like the ramp lowers and everything. And so probably somebody pointing out the power supply doesn't mean a whole lot to you right now, but everything else looks
Fuck
great.
off.
It's really not my ball game there, Sparky. So if you want to figure that out, you can go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I'll go ahead and figure it out. Gills.
Space gills.
Sauce.
God.
So Leo, what are you doing? You just gonna try and fix this yourself? You adult?
I'll go ahead and as I noticed that you said that it's like the power source is like kind of
Yeah,
fluctuating. It's not like
it
is the
looks just
connection. Can I investigate it closer to see if it's like the connection points are loose or if like the power source itself is like cracked or flawed in some way?
do you know what naphthenol is?
No.
It's basically just like a very like rigid, like durable connection where it'll have fuck, I can't. I'm bad at explaining things.
Google ain't.
Yeah, Google ain't. I mean, you've definitely seen these before. Let me post it in Pioneers. It's loading. It's loading.
It's loading.
Edward's slightly lesser known brother, Edward Snowden.
God damn
He was the super chill one.
That's how you know they're brothers. They have the same first name.
Hey, but yeah, they have the well, it's the first name. It's the first name crest, not the last name crest.
It's Japanese, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Is that
Leave me
how-
alone.
is
I
that
didn't
The
realize
family name
that
is
that it
Edward.
was Snowden Eduardo.
Listen, my shitty riffs are not meant to be scrutinized whatsoever at all, even a little bit.
the one time I need a picture to save quickly?
Takes so long. Oh, there we go. I can just open it in my browser. Oh, okay. Yeah. I have seen those.
Yeah,
I know what you're
there
talking
is
about.
basically a big one that connects the power supply to the rest of the
Gotcha.
skiff,
Okay.
and it is very worn out. Like I said, it still seems to power on, just like the preliminary power on tests.
It's worn out as like the connections have some erosion and deterioration
Yeah.
so that I'm not getting full. Is that something that I think I could fix with my mending spell, or I should go get somebody who specializes? So I have my fabrication kit as well. I could fabricate some copper
What would
connection.
Leo do?
I think I would try and fix it myself.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and at first I'll try and just cast mending on it. So I'll take a minute and just kind of try. I'll like take it out, and grab like a polishing rag and try and clean all of the connection points. Plug it back
Have you tried
in.
turning it off and then back on again?
Effectively what I'm doing with casting the mending spell. And if that doesn't work, I'll try and use my fabrication tools, or I mean, I'd rather use my mechanics tools, but yes, I'll use my fabrication tools to try and like hammer out the joints, or not the joints, the connection points, so that they fit like more smoothly together, or like fill in some copper that's missing.
All right, yeah. Roll me a check with your fabrication tools then. I like this.
Nice.
It's not perfect. You think that this will help it last a little bit longer, but like you definitely think the next time you're in a repair facility, you want to spend some like appreciable time with it and really give it a substantial fix. Like I said, this definitely helps, but not you put more of a band-aid on it than anything.
What was the name of this thing exactly?
The skiff?
Yeah, so the skiff power
Yeah,
source
the skiff power source. The skiff itself fits on the underside of the ship. It can be used for
needs
emergencies. It can be used just for like transport.
maintenance that I can't do.
Are you writing that down so you can like remember it later?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
I
Same.
have goddamn notes, bruh.
I have the
Imagine.
keen mind feat. I need to have all this shit written down.
Says it as you are walking back to your office after all of this studying and stuff you guys have done tonight. Master Sergeant Tajamaru stops you. Like he does like a full-on arm out, like he has a gun in his hand, and
Yes,
says
Master
it.
Sergeant.
Roll me a perception check.
With pleasure. Excellent.
You don't hear anything. Wait, says it. Do you hear that?
The sound of my coffee getting cold?
Quiet. Get down. And he like pushes you down to the ground. There's something in the vents.
Is it Feo
And-
again?
At this point you hear this like skittering in the vents. And then you see like Feo walk by with some food.
Oh no. This is an unknown. I don't like unknowns. Master Sergeant, what should we be doing right now?
Go to the security room, which you know is like attached to engineering.
Yep.
Grab a gun and meet back here. I'm gonna try to track it to where it is.
Oh, I have a gun right here.
Do you have a gun?
Yeah, I have a pistol.
Oh, okay.
It does lightning
Perfect.
damage. I'm shit as a shot with it.
At this point, like I said, you hear the skittering in the vents. That seems like it's heading into your office. Are you gonna take a shot at it?
So is it wise for me to be discharging an electrical-based weapon inside the ship?
The ship is grounded. I mean, we've got to keep it safe, right?
Alrighty, but if I remember my maintenance logs, Leo might be working near the power conduits of the skiff. Wouldn't I be afraid of it actually grounding him?
No, it's not going to go to the skiff from here.
Alrighty, I will
you do
remember
know
you telling me this.
You do know that there's lots of grounding on this ship, where if you shoot into the vents, it's probably not going to like, shock
Alrighty.
someone far away.
I'm not a very good shot, and
Nice. Pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't rolled above a 10 until you shot something tonight.
The dice has spoken, Connor.
It carries over. It has to.
As you
by wrath! Oh my god, that was exhilarating.
as
Oh
Yeah.
as you shoot into the vents, you hear a yelp, like a ha, and
Oh,
then you hear
oh
the
shit.
skittering.
That
and
was
you hear
Lieutenant Shop. That was Lieutenant Shop. It says it hands Master Sergeant.
no.
you hear like some noise, like a rustling from your office, what sounds like a kobold falling from a vent on top of a desk.
Oh,
And then the
shit,
door
that was my
opens.
desk.
And then the door opens, and Lieutenant Sharp is there, and he has like a bloody mark on his arm. He's like, "You want to fucking die?"
Oh my god.
And he
It was the Master Sergeant.
he pulls a what looks like a sharpened like quill pen out of his pocket, and like goes over to Master Sergeant's ankles and is like, "You're on thin ice, Master Sergeant." Wait, actually, roll me a deception check, as you did just lie to him.
It should be advantage because he handed over his gun.
Yeah, but that's too easy.
There you go.
Yeah,
Maybe.
he skitters over. He's like, and he actually pulls 2 quill pens out and is like, goes between both of you. You're both on thin ice. And then he scampers away to like the staterooms.
That is the reason I can't sleep at night, Master Sergeant. I'll take my pistol again.
And just a second, doing some things. Is anybody doing anything else to prepare for your first mission as the away team?
Yeah, there's one thing I want to do. Maybe after we've turned our reports in, I just want to go find Alia after dinner. And Alia, can I bother you for a minute?
Yeah, like, what's up? How was the report? Did you get it, like, all good? Okay.
Cool.
Maybe you do the next one.
Yeah, what, like, did you need?
I'm wondering if you know any songs from growing up, like maybe something your parents sang to you, or some folk songs.
Yeah, like, actually, my dad, well, both my parents were sailors for the longest time, so, like, I know a bunch of, like, sea shanties and stuff if you want those. What do you need them for?
Nothing, just to collect. Want
Yeah,
to learn them?
I can, like, write down what I remember for, like, the lyrics and stuff if you want.
I mean, sure, you can write them down. I guess you don't have to sing them to me. That's a little weird. Yeah, why don't you write them down?
I mean, I could do both, obviously. Because I don't know how to write down, like, music and stuff, so you probably will need the actual, like, singing for it. But, let me, like, get a notebook real quick. And Alia walks into your office, which is just the pile on her desk has, like, grown probably about 2 inches since last. And she kind of just shoves all of the paper off her desk and picks up, like, a very, like, messed up notebook and just starts scribbling down various lyrics in it.
Roll me a proficient history check as you try to write down these lots of intelligence checks. Roll me a proficient history check.
Not my strong suit, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's been a long day. You're having some trouble remembering anything really good. You probably remember some pretty simple ones, but if you I feel like if you stay up late and continue doing this, you might remember something eventually, but
do you, like, need them sooner rather than later? I mean, I probably wouldn't have a problem staying up a little bit later.
Well, sure. I mean, if you're not doing anything, I don't need them. I just like collecting songs.
It might be fun though, because, like, I haven't actually sung these in a while, because I haven't actually been on, like, sailing in a really long time. My dad kind of went off, and I kind of got stuck with Mom at the temple, but I think I still remember a couple of them if you give me a little bit more time.
you gonna sing them? You gonna sing them?
I don't know what songs I could sing off the top of my head.
Oh, I was gonna say a performance check. I don't mean Casey has to sing a song.
Yeah, I'll sing them.
Just sing Wellerman.
Yeah.
All right, roll me performance then.
It's not my night.
Yeah, it's not your night.
I don't think it's anyone's night. I gotta be honest.
It's been a real long day for all of you. I feel like Especially Leo, the one who rolled the best.
I've been rolling
Yes.
real hot all night.
Leo works good under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Alia will just take extra time to like try to remember everything and like just while she's writing stuff down, she's just gonna walk around and like look at other things and hope that she just gets the spark of, oh yeah, I like remember it now. And she'll give over any writings she can to Cassius.
Okay. I like that a lot. The ship lands. I feel like as it's landing, Killzos is kind of like strapped to the side of it to make sure it's landing in a good spot. You know,
I just
and
have this image in my head of him like on all fours, grabbing the side of it with a dagger in his mouth.
yeah, you're like you are harnessed in and stuff.
I found a bandana finally.
And yeah, and as you're going out there one last time before you land, Grady offers you that helmet again.
Don't need it.
Sure you don't want it?
Don't need it.
Hey, if I was out there, I'd want it.
Don't need it.
And then he shuts the airlock as they're landing, and you scamper out there. As you're, I mean, even as you get close to approaching, as you enter the orbit, this planet seems to be large, just one gigantic desert. It's a whole nother plane. Things are going to kind of work differently here. You don't see a lot of water on this planet. It's just, like I said, it's just like a one big desert ball, similar to Mars.
The last thing that I do before we exit the ship is I'll go around to everybody when they're in their combat gear, and I'm just gonna attach like two little similar to what's on Alia's shoes, like just kind of two little metal plates on the back of everybody's boots. And effectively, this is me preparing the spell Featherfall so that I can activate it if needed. And they're just like anti-grav plates to slow a fall down.
Oh, I mean, the ship is landing. It's gonna land.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
just-
slapping them on. This is in preparation. This is just me saying that I'm preparing that spell for the day.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the ship slowly lowers itself down. The legs pop out, and it lands on the planet. And the ramp lowers for you guys to exit as they are also lowering the skiff, because you can just get out and walk on the planet. But like I said, this is a very large desert. You're probably about a mile away from a small settlement. In the middle of this small settlement is a very distinctive building that looks like it came from the academy. It's got like the same paint scheme, and like maybe on one of the windows there's still a banner that says like academy class of whatever.
Couldn't land a little bit closer?
No, they could not land a little bit closer. You had to land kind of far because you didn't want to get too close to the town in case, something happened, or in case you couldn't land properly and you didn't want to like disrupt with the wind or whatever, because it kicks up a lot of dust as you land.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well,
Hmm.
this is our first mission, guys. Let's do this.
It's like way too hot out here, but okay.
Oh yeah, it's fucking hot. Do you guys
Yeah,
just
Once I actually wear shoes to protect my feet from the sand.
Yeah, Alia kind of adjusts her hijab a little bit more so it's covering even more of her face so she can get the sand out of her face.
Says it puts on a dust filter over his coffee mug.
Taking a nice deep breath of some desert air.
Oh yeah, Cash is probably in heaven right now.
Oh man, this is great. Got 3 suns staring at me in the face. This feels great. Feels like home.
That how you got your tan? Like
Yeah.
all the sun.
Yeah, I
Where
had to be
did you
cured of
tan?
melanoma like 4 separate times. It was a real thing.
Ugh.
Kills
I guess
us.
they could just cure
Yeah.
wounds.
You
Kills
need to
us.
still remember to like take your medicine too because it's coming back, I can tell.
Wow. All right.
Just
I don't know how to take that.
Look, it's like
Okay, I'll
not
make
important.
something really nice for your funeral.
Just multi-class into paladins. You can't get diseases.
Kills Us definitely attempts like a super sweet flip off the side of the ship. Oh god.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw as you try to flip off the side of the ship as you unhook your
Oh
harness.
my
Oh god.
Kilzos,
It's our first day. It's fine.
Kills us. How do you want to do this to yourself?
he
Does he face plant into sand?
He goes to backflip off the ship but forgets to unhook, so he just like swings and
Oh,
immediately
God.
Yeah.
flings back into the ship. And he's
yeah.
just dangling upside down, embarrassed, defeated.
Roll me 2d6 Kilzos.
Yeah, I will.
Yikes.
As you take 7 damage as you smash your face into the side of this ship. You are level 2, right? Everybody should be level 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And through the airlock, you can see Grady just laughing his ass off while smoking a big cigar. He's like,
I mean, at least he's not smoking in my cafeteria right now, so.
he's actually in the airlock smoking. It's his favorite place to smoke because the pressure gets so low in there that like he gets that real good nicotine buzz. And then he just like he steps out, releases the smoke into the space. You know, he's all good.
Alia will kind of float over to Kilzos and look up and just say, "Do you like? I'll get that for you." And Alia will unhook him.
Thanks.
Just like Solid Snake.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know that time he backflipped into the side of the spaceship? Yeah.
Backflipped off of a spaceship, but didn't make it.
And
Did it.
into the
Back into the side of it. If all I need is a cardboard box.
If we haven't left yet, would I have enough time to run in and apply a bandage to him real quick?
To my
Yeah,
face.
yeah. As you
It's
walk
like the
in, you see
little
Grady standing there smoking a cigar. He's like, I can't believe somebody missed the ground.
It's more likely than you think.
And yeah, you're able to you can roll your healer's check as you patch him up for probably like a lot of bruises on one side.
Yeah, you like maybe next time you could just gotta be a little more careful with that. You are healed full.
Thanks.
As I pull out the first aid kit and just kind of take some like antiseptic and try to get some of the open cuts that happened from you smashing into the fucking side of the ship.
Kilzos is very defeated and embarrassed.
Are you guys still here?
I'm also
Finish
gonna pull out some. I'm gonna pull out some sunscreen and I'm gonna motion everybody over. And I'm like, okay, like I said,
Slather it
no
on me.
joke.
I'm pale as fuck. I'm not
Melanoma,
supposed to
no
tan.
joke.
I burn.
Like, everybody needs to come over here, especially Kilzos, because I know that your skin can get a little bit dry and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So like, everybody come over here, and she'll actually just like it's a spray bottle, and she'll just like run down a line and just spray everybody.
The captain is now just like sitting on the ramp, like bridge of her nose and her fingers, just like, are you guys done? You guys have a mission to do. I don't know why you were selected for the away team. Good lord.
Says it is going to finish ritual casting Unseen Servant to get his baggage.
You're allowed. You have like a backpack.
Yeah, I do. No, now Jeeves does.
That's fair.
And he is also going to change his familiar to be that of a raptor, so he can
Like a bird or a dinosaur?
Yes.
yes, the flying one, whichever
Okay.
one that ends up being.
Okay, a velociraptor with a jetpack. Okay.
Exactly. As I'm just like, Haggis, do keep an eye in the sky for us, and to let me know if anything happens.
Oh, you have Nanisaurus. Do you remember that game? It was that the game called?
Mm.
Mike, you're hallucinating again.
Maybe.
Come on, old man.
Nanosaur, that's what it was.
No.
Yeah, you played as a velociraptor with a jetpack. Okay.
I remember my F&V games.
It was a good time. It was full 3D. It was 1998. Okay, yeah, it was
Oh my
1998.
god,
Yeah.
old man.
That's an old game.
Wow. That game is as old as Katie is. I hope you're happy. Katie, you're just as old as a Velociraptor with a jetpack.
Woohoo!
It's a better way to look at it.
Yeah, and says it is going to basically have a full like travel coat with a big old scarf around Lawrence of Arabia style, just because he does not want to get dust on anything, and he is absolutely like tying very tight like coverings over his arm to keep the dust out.
Leo's used to it being hot. I'm fine.
Yeah, I coat everybody in sunscreen.
Ah.
I gotta get your nose. Like, stop
Oh,
moving.
yeah, stop it. You're getting it in my eyes.
Good, your eyes are
Can I
gonna
get
burn
some
too.
for my ears?
Your face will burn too.
Um,
That's
oh
what I
yeah,
learned.
hold your face. Your face will burn too.
That's what was in my report. Is we have to cover up.
I'm gonna say that you're able to You're able to apply the sunscreen while riding the skiff into town. I think Killzas is driving it because he is proficient with land vehicles, and it is sort of a land vehicle as it floats. And he's able to just tell someone how to take the wheel and keep it in keep it in
Forward.
keep it going forward for a few seconds while he gets
I feel like it's Fia that's holding the wheel, and
Wary
she's
eye on
just
the power
going,
source to make the
okay.
ride.
All right, Fia, roll me a what a vehicles check be? I guess you're not proficient, so just roll me a flat d20 with
And-
disadvantage, as you cannot see right now.
This is how we all die.
I'll be keeping an eye.
Hey,
Boom!
Perfectly
That's
a two.
balanced.
That's
as
a
all
two.
things should be.
We're dead.
Yeah. Everybody roll me a dexterity saving throw as soon as
Oh
Fia
my
takes
God.
the.
Oh fuck yes.
Killzas and Cassius, you are fine. Everybody else is kind of thrown from the skiff,
Ah,
but you're able to stop
God.
and recover.
I go one
I
hand
need
on
to
the
do-
railing, put my hat on like I'm on a bucking
I
bucking
can-
bull.
I can fix that. I can fix that real quick. Just give me a second.
You look back 20
No.
feet towards the ship as the captain is just sitting there, just like, oh my god, this is the worst fucking thing.
Says it is just two legs just out of the sand right now, just
Like
flailing
in Star
about.
Wars.
I feel less embarrassed as I slow down the skiff. Just pick everybody else back up.
Yeah, like I said, you're like 30 feet from the ship at this point, and the captain is like, what the fuck is going on? But eventually you do make it into town. And it is very like Mos Eisley style. There's looks like people from lots of different cultures are traveling around. In the distance, you see other ships and travelers have landed in the vicinity as well.
Looks like they're a lot more familiar with space travel than we were back on our plane. Wonder what's happened here.
What are you guys doing in town? There's a decently sized market. There's definitely some like residential areas. You see this big academy building in the center that looks like it hasn't been touched a whole lot, but you still see people like kind of walking in and out of it.
Can we go find out who's in charge and see what needs doing?
Yeah, maybe like we can find whoever was maybe in like contact with us, maybe, or like
Well,
if someone knows about that.
It also looks like they got some spaceships here, and the power source on our skiff is running a little low. I need to go find some kind of replacement.
Isn't this ship brand spanking new?
Well, for some reason that skiff was able to pass inspection, but it's not going to hold together for too much longer.
You see, Cassius, things such as government contracts, it usually goes to the lowest bidder in order to make sure costs are low, so that way, we
Right.
can make sure we can have a
That-
spaceship.
These skiffs are like standard issue on every ship. You
Nah,
might
you
not
got
have gotten
yourself a point.
the ship itself is brand new. You probably didn't get a brand new skiff. The bunks aren't brand new. Like the tables aren't brand new. They are cannibalized.
It's
But
basically a standard issue Humvee.
yeah, it's like a very Ship of Theseus type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
so
go
I
with-
need to go find a power source of some kind.
I'll go
Okay.
with Leo.
So that
Okay.
being said, we don't have any. I hope that you still use gold, and I don't have any with me. You got some kills, us?
Yeah, I got 10.
It has been 2 weeks since you guys left, so you would have been paid 30 gold. So 60 gold each person would have 60 gold.
Cool.
Jesus,
I don't have 10 anymore. You can do it.
I like these wages.
I'm sitting at 70 as well, so we could probably go find something that, as long as they
So-
use the gold standard here.
I mean, I'm sure we
Yeah.
can
Mhm.
barter with whatever we got.
Yeah, it's like it's like credits basically.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
look
gold, but it's
cautiously around for a person named Nixon.
what? I don't get the reference besides the president.
Yeah, Richard Nixon abolished the gold standard.
Oh, okay. I believe you. Will, I trust you.
Thanks.
Will you?
Um. So before we get into resolving that, what else are people doing? So Will, you're looking for the person in charge. Is anybody going with, or Cassius is? Is anybody going with Cassius?
I'm going with Cassius because I'm just curious about who we've been talking to.
Okay. Fia says it. What are you two doing?
Yeah, I guess I'll go see the leader. I'm interested in learning about this culture.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go see the leader too.
All right. You. I mean, how do you just go straight to the academy building?
Yep. Going for
Okay.
the biggest building in town to see what I can find. What? See what I can find out.
It looks like. Go on.
ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, do we notice anybody wearing academy garb as we're kind of walking around?
You roll me a perception check. Anybody traveling to the main. Actually, everybody roll me a perception check.
Fucking hell. I have not gotten to like above a 10 on the dice today.
Big fashion guy.
Cassius, you notice a homeless person kind of sitting in an alleyway where they have like a sleepy dog next to them, and they are not wearing academy gear. They are wearing standard issue Pioneer pants. And you would recognize these Pioneer pants. And they look not new, but they don't look old. They don't like you've definitely seen pictures of like the classical Pioneer outfits and stuff. You've definitely like if somebody in the military now, you know that like that is current standard issue.
Can I go chat with him?
Sure. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Oh, living the life. You got any change?
Maybe. Where'd you get those pants?
I mean, the thrift shop down the street, they just kind of sell, they kind of sometimes they do things where they give us stuff that won't sell. That's where I got these pants from.
How'd you end up down on your luck?
You know how it is.
I don't.
Family was raised poor, or grew up poor, raised poor in a poor family. Wasn't able to make ends meet after after I moved out of the house, and my parents passed away, so I ended up just kind of being stuck here.
Did you hear?
Yes.
What's it like around here?
Look around, there's merchants and stuff, but I wasn't able to hold a steady job. I worked at the tavern, I worked at a couple of the kiosks, but I got nothing to make. I got nothing. I'm not growing anything. I'm not selling anything. I'm not making any music or telling stories. So I ended up where anybody who can't be a contributing member to society I ended up on the streets.
See, and that's when you join a fight club. And then
I couldn't even
you
make it in the
provide
fight club.
service
I'm a pacifist.
punching
I'm a
things.
pacifist.
Sure, you'll find your place, brother. And I'll give him a whole gold. What is the gold to credits conversion?
It's like 1 gold per credit, basically.
Oh,
He
a credit
appreciates
is kind of a
appreciates
lot.
it. It's you're not handing someone a penny. You are handing him a substantial amount of money that he could like find useful. It's probably equivalent of like handing somebody like a 5 or a 10.
Cool.
He could definitely feed himself for at least a day or two off of just this.
Cool.
Hey, I appreciate it, brother.
Take care,
Hey, are
man.
you with the military or something?
Well, we're with the Pioneers. Yep.
I haven't seen you guys around here.
I guess this is the first time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good talk.
Cool. Yep.
I mean, you talk to a homeless person in the streets, like
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a legend lore out of him.
Hey, I got more than I expected.
So can you give me a recap of that entire conversation?
Did you miss it?
I was between notes fixing my mic. Where
So
did the military pants come from? Because that's the part where everything started fucking up.
Thrift store.
Thrift store.
Yeah,
Okay.
a small like it's probably like a consignment thrift store down the street. They will sometimes just give out clothes that aren't selling to the less fortunate people of the streets.
Okay, cool.
Just curious why there are homeless people on what appears to be a survivalist commune.
I mean, because people have been traveling to and from this planet as well. It's like I said, hundreds of years ago it was a survivalist commune, but in that time it's grown into a settlement on a desert planet.
So wait, I have another question. You said
Kinda
that
getting the
we
vibe.
saw we saw ships like coming and going when we were walking up, right?
Yes, not pioneer ships from other planets and other.
How big are those ships in relative to our pioneer ship?
Maybe some are a little bit bigger, some are a little bit smaller. Your ship is small compared to most pioneer ships.
So you're telling me we could have come and landed in the spaceport?
No, they aren't landing in the spaceport. There's no spaceport. I mean, they are landing far away as well. You see them off into the distance
Gotcha.
around the settlement. It seems like it's like standard for people to land in the distance.
Do any of those ships have any recognizable like insignias that we as the pioneers would know of?
No, they don't, because the pioneers you have not really done a whole lot of like. I mean, that's what you guys are doing right now as the Phoenix pioneers.
That's still pretty monumental that we found other ships that are also traveling to other places too.
Oh, I mean, you knew that this happened. You just know that the pioneers, were not able to travel until now, and that's what
that's
you
still
are
pretty
doing.
big that we're able to meet these people, though. I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I mean, you definitely knew that like other people had mastered space travel.
Yeah. Cool.
But let's go to Leo and Kilzas. So what kind of ship are you looking for? Let's just say there's lots of different types of ships out here.
Not
So
so
what kind
much
of
looking for a ship. I'm looking for like a general parts shop. Like I might even try and find like a bit of a seedier chop shop because I
Like for a Watto type character.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I took the background of Urchin, so I have like a little bit of like a seedy underbelly that I know how to look out for.
Tell me more about Leo's underbelly.
Please don't.
Wouldn't you want to know?
Okay. It is kind of far, like out. It is a little bit on the outskirts of town, but you are able to find a, like Tyler said, a Watto style shop.
Great.
Hey, Watto!
Exactly.
I can't do that voice.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Hey, how's it? What's his voice? What's his voice gonna sound like? Oi, how's it going?
Hey there.
Pointer runs the shop.
It looks like
That's
you sell ship parts here. I'm looking for a power source that would fit it. I'll describe the connection port for our skiff.
Would you have brought it with you?
I wouldn't have detached it from the ship, no.
Okay.
I can definitely roll perception to see if I see anything that would look like it.
Yeah, I'll look around as well, but I'll also describe it to him.
I think it's gonna be investigation for both of you. I think they just have a lot of like desks and stuff with various parts laying on them.
Nice, because it's better than mine.
Yeah, Leo, you find it pretty quick. Yeah, it's just on a shelf, like kind of near where he's working. You're in like a big like warehouse garage type
Oh,
thing. He
awesome.
looks like he is working on a small like a speeder bike. He's working on a little speeder bike.
That's cool. With that 27 investigation, can I also just kind of have my eye peeled for anything that I think is like cool, useful, fun little parts, something that I've never seen before?
I mean, besides
Anything?
the speeder bike, uh,
You shouldn't peel your eyeballs. I hear it's bad for him.
you
That's why I put sunscreen on them so they don't peel.
there's just a lot of crap around here. You definitely, I mean, some stuff looks like it might be useful, but you don't have the space for a lot of like spare parts, and you probably have a lot better spare parts on board.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and just make sure that the thing that's on her shelf is still in good shape.
Yeah, it looks not brand new. It looks like it's been sitting out in the sand in the desert for a while, but it's in way better shape than the one you have. It has like a dust cap on it.
Awesome. How much you want for this?
Well, before we buy it, we should definitely see if we can test it to make sure it still powers up and is in good condition.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I can.
I
I
got
can
a
tell,
I got
yeah,
a
it looks
multi-beater over
good.
there. You can try it out yourself, but I will let you know. I already promised this one to someone else.
Um, can I make an insight check?
Sure.
You can
I don't know if
certainly
she's
try.
trying to drive up the price.
Um, you have trouble figuring out his actual motives.
Damn. Do you know anybody else that might have one available?
Kilzos, you do notice another small skiff that looks it's like, same size roughly, that is kind of near the garage, and you see a little crew, a small crew of, they're bugbears. You see a small crew of bugbears sitting in this little skiff.
I'm gonna walk over to the bugbears and be like, "Hey, we're looking for this part," and I describe the part that we're looking for.
Oh, that's the part we need. Kilsos, roll me a perception check while you're over there. One of these guys, not the one you're talking to, this guy, he's a guy, he's kind of sitting on the ground next to the skiff. He appears to be wearing a present, modern, contemporary pioneer's jacket. Not an academy, like, I mean, probably not the same exact jacket you're wearing, but like the shelf next over at the uniform shop.
I walk over to him and I introduce myself. Kilzos Wolfborn, I'm with the Pioneers. I noticed your jacket. It's pretty similar to mine. Where'd you get it?
I got it from the thrift shop over in town. My jacket got damaged in a battle, so I had to get a new one, and it was the cheapest thing they had there.
Cheap.
Fuck, that voice sucks. Please get rid of this guy soon.
Well, we definitely need
Roll
this
initiative.
He takes a lozenge. He takes a cough drop out. It's like, oh, sorry, much better now.
So I go over to the part that that we both are currently fiending over, and I'm gonna like fall into it and roll a sleight of hand and see if I can't grab it.
Okay, roll the sleight of hand.
Jesus fuck.
Oi, I told you somebody else has purchased that part already. I'm just getting ready to install it.
I just slipped. I apologize.
Roll me deception.
Ugh.
There you go.
All right, I'll take that one.
All right, well, don't slip again.
All right.
We're gonna cut back to the academy. The four of you at the academy itself. The doors are gone. They look like they've been removed. The two like big doors in the front, and it's pretty easy to just kind of walk up to the top tower, the top of the tower of this wing, and inside you find a human. He looks kind of younger, maybe like 30s. Hey, how's it going, guys? Who are you from that new ship that pulled in?
Yeah, we're with the Pioneers. My name's
Oh my
Cassius.
God, I was supposed to be a pioneer, and Wait, no, not him. Oh, my grandfather, he was supposed to be a pioneer, and well, it didn't go so hot for him, and that's how we ended up here. Oh, you know how it goes.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Well, I have a list of things I need to get for Lieutenant Sharp for the Phoenix.
Lieutenant Sharp, does he have is he in a big family?
I do believe so. There's lots of folks with large families.
You see off to the side a class photo from 200 years ago, and there's like 3 kobolds standing next to, just like standing in the picture. I
no.
think I might have been in school with some of his family members. The name sounds familiar.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. But anyways, and Alia's here. We're just kind of doing a health checkup, and Alia's here to do, research on the religions and whatnot, and you may need medical supplies. And I think Fia's with us, right?
Yeah, I was looking for.
Oh, there she is.
I think
and
the best part is you don't know. Not knowing was in character.
I think Fia's with. Oh, there she
Think
is.
Fia's
I just had to look down. Sorry, you just.
I'm just like sitting in the back of the room, sharpening my axe real quick. Oh, sorry, you were saying something?
Yes, I do believe you were here looking at local cuisine. Anyways, we're just kind of doing a health checkup here.
Oh, you guys
Uh,
brought those. You said you brought those medical supplies we asked for. You did. I'm gonna say you have like a small
Okay.
pallet of medical supplies that were brought specifically to give to the town of Arat.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do believe I have those requisition forms. Yes, right here.
Awesome. Hey,
Gia was probably the one carrying them. She just
Go-
stopped to sharpen her blade.
in town, kind of near the mechanics district, not the shady ones over there, but there should be a warehouse. And if you go there, they'll hand in the supply form. They'll hand you what you need. What they can offer.
All right.
Okay then.
Much
And
obliged.
then also out of curiosity, what's with the modern pioneer clothes going about? I mean, is it a fashion trend?
What do you mean?
I mean, we saw a vagrant, a vagabond, a person of the streets. It's rather modern looking clothing. Kind of strange.
I mean, it's homeless people in town. We can't always account for the gear that they're wearing. I'm not really sure if I know the thrift shop likes to hand stuff out. I can't really, I can't be accountable for every t-shirt and shoes that the homeless people are wearing in my town. I apologize for that.
Is this like your town? Also, you mentioned you were part of like the pioneers, but like we
Well,
haven't
I
heard
was
from the settlement.
I was almost a pioneer. I was in the academy. Well, no, he wasn't. No, sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. I got my
His
stuff mixed up.
grandfather?
No, my grandfather was almost a pioneer. He was in the academy practicing a spell, and
How come? Do you have like a central comms or something like that? Like, we
he
haven't heard from you guys in like a while, I think.
no, you've heard from them relatively recently.
Oh.
Yeah, he points to like a
Right before we left.
yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
they have communication set up.
Cool.
So, are we the first from
Yeah,
the
you guys,
academy to come back?
yeah, you guys are the first pioneers to ever get here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And where are all these other folks coming from?
Just various planes and planets in the universe.
So this is like
It's I mean it's cool to see them. It's cool to meet people from other places, but I mean I'm feeling a little bit nostalgic seeing pioneers around, you know?
Yes, let's
Sure.
say, have you had any interesting interactions? Any cultures? Anything that you
There
just
a
off the top of your
location
head?
of the booze and booze set up here? Yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah, of course there's a booze and booze set up here.
It's an
Yeah, no,
international chain,
yeah.
interdimensional.
Yeah, there's a tavern. The tavern is the Booze and Booze. Well, I mean, what do you? Oh, sorry, says it. What'd you ask?
Uh, I was just asking about the various local cultures and whatnot. It's
Oh, the local cultures are doing
new
great.
pride material playing. You have different ships landing here. Like, how does that interact here? Has there been any inspiration?
Lots of trading. I mean, we. I don't know if you've noticed. He points out the window to this vast desert with like minimal brush growing up through the sand. We don't have a whole lot to offer on this planet. Luckily, as soon as legend holds that as soon as my grandfather landed, he was contacted by some other interdimensional travelers, and he points to a picture of his grandfather like shaking hands with a mind flayer.
Oh.
Damn it.
Yeah.
They were apparently it was all on the level.
Yes, no, they do tend to have a more tactful view of things. I enjoyed my correspondence with them.
And yeah, we've really benefited in the last couple hundred years from meeting all these people from other places and our communications with the pioneers and with the academy. Like I said, it's really great to see you guys finally. I'm glad. I know we my grandfather was one of the people working on interdimensional travel, and it's nice to see it actually worked eventually. Well, you guys can go back, is what I mean.
I mean, by the way, do you want to have like dinner with our captain and whatnot? I mean, I could extend the invitation.
Oh, I wouldn't want to bother your captain with that. I mean, she's probably, or I wouldn't say she. He's probably busy. Wait, no, he would know. No, yeah, he would know. Yeah, she's probably busy. Dara, no, she's real busy. Lots of meetings and stuff.
All right, I just figured I'd extend the hospitality. Alia, Faya, do you have anything to add? Cassius?
Honestly, I don't know about like you guys, but at thrift store, I've been kind of dying to go shopping anyways. Like,
I'd like to check out that thrift store. See where they got those
Definitely
pants.
gonna have to go check that out. I don't know. I'm just kind of expecting more of a reaction to seeing, the first ship from our home to come by in a while. But I guess when you get used to
did you say that to him?
I mean, yeah, I'm just like ruminating out loud. Yeah.
I mean, it's we like I said, we see ships from lots of places, and I mean, it truly is an exciting thing. But there's only so much enthusiasm I can show. There's only so much I can do right now. I mean, like I said, we're excited to see you, but I mean, look around. There's not a whole lot of excitement here. It's nice of you to check in, though.
Well, just let us know if you need anything doing. We're happy to help out now that we're here.
Of course. I really appreciate the medical supplies. They're greatly needed.
Did you like need any other treatment? Are people like doing okay? And
People are doing great. People are doing just fine.
Insight check.
Yeah, anybody can insight. Yeah.
That doesn't sound legit.
Cassius sounds legit.
One of my spurs fell off. Give me a second.
Oh my gosh.
I'd say says it and Alia. He definitely seems like he's hiding something, but you cannot figure out what. He seems like he is not telling you the full truth, but you can't figure out what he's really worried about.
I will telepathically link with this dude.
All right, what does this entail?
He can just I am talking to him telepathically, and he can respond to me telepathically.
Okay.
Is there anything else you might want to tell us? Off the books, so to say.
What are you doing besides just telepathically speaking to him? What are you doing to make him think that he should be truthful with you?
I mean, says it's all body language. It says that he's just kind of just casually just sitting there, with his ledgers and whatnot, marking off everything, and he's more or less he's basically making it be like, I know something's wrong, and I know if you have to hide something, this is a great time to tell me if it's important.
Are you guys flexing muscle? You guys packing? You guys
I'm,
carrying?
I'm always flexing muscle, and also Fia is with us.
I got
Yeah,
my
I
iron
mean,
on me,
yeah,
but,
I'm very much flexing muscles because I'm picking up the thing and I'm starting to lift it. But
They
like I'm
told us
not
we couldn't
facing
leave the ship
him while I'm
unarmed.
doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just lifting it, going,
Yeah,
ah,
I mean,
yes, finally.
says it doesn't have anything like openly on him, but he does have his like rapier on his side, but
yeah,
not attending it.
yeah. I've got same thing with my warhammer.
I always have my axe, and I always have my cooking knives.
Listen, man. You hear this in your head. Listen, man. If word gets out that you guys are here flexing muscle, this might cause some problems in town. Okay, you guys should. It's great you guys are here. Get your supplies. You know, go have a drink or whatever. But don't be hanging out too long. I don't want it to turn bad for everybody else in town.
Why would it turn bad in town? This is also still telepathic.
There's some bad players here. Okay, I'm basically a puppet at this point. I'm pretty fucking scared. There's some bad players in town, and I don't want to see you know, my grandfather's alma mater, kind of caught up in this bad business. Like I said, just
Any
just
place I should avoid in particular? As you can tell, I'm not quite the most physically adept.
nighttime. The place that is nighttime.
The place that is nighttime. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You know
and
that
here
right
is your
now.
report, as says it finishes filing out his report. Here you go. Sorry for the awkward silence.
Oh, hey, don't tell anybody that I told you this, okay? Like I said, if word gets out,
Is he
it could be
saying this
pretty
out
bad.
loud or telepathically?
Telepathically, still. Before you break
Alright.
the bond. Yeah, he
Yeah.
ends with that.
No, not a problem, sir. And here is your paperwork.
One last thing that I gotta ask. Are there any temples around here that I can check out while I'm in town?
Are there any spice markets?
There are definitely spice markets, and as far as yes, there's a temple in town. It's kind of non-denominational, and it's a little bit. Who is the god of travelers, I guess?
Ball.
No,
Wait, wrong travel.
different kind of traveler.
Let's see.
Hermes.
Mercury is a god of travel,
looking.
kind of. So is
In
Pan.
D&D-verse.
D&D verse.
Shondakul. Shondakul, who is the goddess of travel.
Sean, the cool guy.
Yes,
Nice.
Sean the cool Sean.
Like somebody's first D&D character that they made. I am
Sean,
Sean,
the
the
cool.
cool, and now they're a
Fuck.
god in 5th edition.
Yeah.
Cool
That sounds
Sean.
about
Yeah,
right.
cool Sean. Yeah, actually,
sounds
yeah,
about
he's
right.
portal walking and stuff. Yeah,
That's cool.
he's a pretty fucking cool god, actually.
Yeah.
At least he's chaotic, so
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, he does.
yeah. There's a. I feel like probably the closest thing would or Twilight would be close to you. So
Yeah.
as far as yeah, there's a there's a shrine to Sean DeCool out in town, and like I said, they have some non-denominational stuff there too. I mean, this is basically, in the beginning, this was a survivor
look at this
refuge.
wiki
So
article. He was said once to have a romantic relationship with Saloon,
yeah,
Oh fuck yeah! I
from
definitely
which
know him.
ensued the
Oh,
birth of their
yeah.
daughter, Bright Nidra.
Oh, Shauna Cool and I go way back.
yeah, I'd say Alia, you
It's my
definitely have heard
fucking
of this guy.
boy.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, it's good to know that they still have pretty cool gods here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I do
I
believe
say we go to the thrift store.
we do have some things to pick up. We have a thrift store to visit. We have to go see if the others have mingled with the locals, and by mingles with the locals, I mean I'm glad to have Fia here, so that way I know it's at least not blood sport.
All right. As you guys go to the thrift store, Macklemore starts playing, and we're gonna cut back to Leo and Killzas.
How much of those mooks giving you for this pot? We really need it.
Ooh, that's not a good thing to say.
Oi, they're giving me 200 gold for this.
Yikes.
It's a hot commodity, hard to find, especially around this part of the planiverse.
You're full of
Commodity.
shit. I'll give you 10 gold for it.
I mean, you can't even like roll for that because he is literally given what did I say, 200 gold.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, you're not very good at haggling, are you, mate?
I don't believe you for half a second that you're getting 200 gold. Do I know the actual value of this thing?
You would know that it could. I mean, you would assume it could probably run that high when it's, it is a rare scarcity. When you know that people. Yeah, and it's on a backwater planet like this. Yeah, you would think it'd probably run that high.
Hmm.
You think maybe like normal asking price probably be like maybe 50 gold for it.
I
But
pull Leo to the side really quick. He's like, "Well, we can always try to strong arm him out of it."
Yeah, it's not worth making trouble in this place we don't really know very well. This
That's
is
true.
I can already tell this isn't the best part of town. Maybe we'll have better luck buying from legitimate vendors.
what I mean, what you talking shit now? Come on,
Yeah, fuck you, lady.
it's obviously a guy. He's not wearing pants.
Yeah,
Wearing a shirt though.
Well,
let's get out of here, Kills Us.
well,
Maybe,
hold on.
if this thrift store has Pioneer shirts, maybe they got chip pots too. It's probably worth checking out.
It's
I
like a
guess-
clothing thrift store.
I go to Leo Roki because I go, hand me your gold real quick.
Okay, I hand you 20 gold.
I put it in. I kind of like look behind me, like put it in my bag really quick, and I put a couple other parts to make it seem heavier and clankier. I go, I guess our gold's not wanted here, and as we're turning around to walk away, see if that will kind of entice them to keep us around.
He doesn't even seem to notice you as he picks up the part off the shelf and starts walking towards the other skiff.
All right, I tried to get
Yeah.
our 20 gold back.
There's other places that sell pots, I'm sure.
We're gonna cut back to the thrift store and then we're gonna call it a night. While you're in the thrift shop, you notice a set of shiny new Pioneer boots, and these ones look like good condition.
Yeah.
Who's running the shop?
It is an old lady. How's it going?
Doing mighty fine. How are you?
So far so good. You know how it is. Wife don't know about the kids. Kids don't know about the wife.
Oh, not here too.
You must be doing all right then.
She has a name tag that says Gretchen.
There's
Gretchen.
the ley
Gretchen
line.
is absolutely sleeping around, and her kids don't know about her wife.
Oh, absolutely.
She is a
There's-
goddess, so yeah.
There's so many ley lines intersected at this thrift store. It seems that different things are worming their way through.
This is a place of power.
I can taste it in the air. You step carefully. You may end up somewhere else when you go out the door.
How's it going there, partner? What y'all looking for?
Oh, we're looking to
In the market for a new pair of boots, I think.
how do you say thrift us up?
No, not like at all. That was
Yes.
that was
Okay.
horrible.
Okay, yes. Yeah, you do the talking. I'm going to just.
Well, I mean, we got some boots right there. They're worth a gold, but they look just like yours.
Yeah, where did you
Yep.
like get them from?
I don't know. They were dropped off couple weeks ago.
By who?
I'm not sure. I just showed up to the shop one morning and there was a big pile of clothes, big bag of clothes right in the front of the shop. I mean, we get donations all the time.
I mean, did they donate shirts? Did
Yeah,
these
shirts.
shirts have name tags on them?
No name tags. They had the spots for name tags, but they were cut clean off.
That was a little.
What
How
size were
unsettling.
they?
What size?
Yes.
I mean, we got
The
like
right
four
size.
sets of uniforms, kind of different sizes. There was one person was your size, and then I think there were two people were your size, and there were a couple of regular size people. No offense, not to say you're not regular size, but you aren't.
I mean, I am short. It's
tread
understandable.
Tread carefully, grandmother. Your moments might be your last.
And you're not wrong. I am in fact small. I have a very large presence, but I am small.
Well, that's
Correct.
true.
Well, like, how often do these like? How often does this like gear get dropped off? Is it pretty frequently, or?
Oh, this gear? I mean, this stuff was only dropped off once, a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, I mean, people will donate other things. I mean, everything here is by donation.
And it was just like left at the front of the door.
Yep, that's how a lot of people donate stuff.
Would I be able to take a look at maybe one of the jackets or the shirts to see if there's any identifiers? Maybe not even a name tag, maybe more like a division or like a ship number or something associating with the crew.
Sure. Roll me. I think roll me investigation as you take a look at one of these. You're able to find like a shirt on a hook. It's you know, like it's the same condition as the rest of them.
Intelligence.
I'm gonna guidance myself on this because Alia has a very particular eye for fashion.
I'm gonna give you one of my snacks.
May I also get advantage for my keen mind, as I may be able to recall it even better?
Sure.
Fucking hell.
Holy shit.
It's not
It's
my night.
insane.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Says it.
Yeah.
Alia looks over this shirt that you find. It's a jacket just like similar to one that you own. You say Alia finds nothing of note. Says it. You notice that on the tag, somebody has written PH01, and that is where we're gonna call it for tonight.
Interesting.
I don't know this.
It is the Pioneer 01, which I do believe is the designation of our ship as well.
That's sus.
I don't like that at all.
No.
And how many uniforms were dropped off again? 4?
There was 4, yeah.
And you said they were dropped off 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, a few weeks ago, I think she said. I don't think she specified a specific time, but yeah, a few weeks ago.
Interesting.
Huh.
Very interesting.
But I hope you
Yeah.
guys had fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Is there
next
gonna
session-
be time travel shenanigans?
No,
That'd be
Something
horrifying.
don't worry about it. It's me.
Don't
Next
worry
time,
about
I promise there will be more action and actual encounters, not just 3 hours of talking.
it. Yeah, I'm happy with 3 hours of talking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is fine.
That's fair. But I mean, right now you guys have two hooks in town, so
Yeah.
which is the weird stuff happening at Nat, and the fact that there's these new uniforms just laying around, or these uniforms laying around that you don't know about.
Really not a big fan of that. I don't like that at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
That's
That spooks
very-
me.
Very spooky. Maybe
Alright,
next
well-
time I'll roll better.
Yeah, you were rolling really poorly. Man. That was
I
a
think I got
bummer.
1 roll over 10 tonight. Or like,
Let's see, what
Like,
would
one
Fia's
above 15
investigation
maybe.
have been?
I was rolling really well tonight.
I think the only roll that I did decent tonight was my roll
Yep,
to
catnip.
patch up our
Frigga.
half work. Yeah.
There was also a lot of intelligence rolls tonight,
Mhm.
which is not your strong suit, at least.
Oh, definitely not.
It's mine. I
Yeah.
only
Yep.
got one good one.
I was happy
Uh.
with my rolls. All right, well, thanks for DMing, Mike. That was a blast. I
Yep.
actually gotta go to bed. I gotta be up